Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. They've got a busy slate, so Skip, Shannon, let's get to it.
Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft, here with Skip, Bayless, and Shannon Sharpe. How we doing? Good morning.
We are doing great today.
Yeah.
We are excited about the first question.
I wonder
today.
why.
Could we get to the first question, please?
I have a little surprise for you today. I had to put it on ice.
You had to put it on ice.
Yeah,
That's too bad.
I had a nice little surprise for you.
Oh, it's throwing me off
you,
how
LeBron.
happy you are right now. We have a packed show for you today. Is Aaron Rodgers getting ready to upset the 49ers? And are we seeing a new humble Conor McGregor? Not sure I've ever said humble with his name, but first we got to start with LeBron James, whose Lakers had their 9-game winning streak snapped against the Magic last night. LeBron scored 19 points and also tied a career high with 19 assists, but it wasn't enough as Markelle Fultz had a triple-double for Orlando. LeBron had a chance to tie the game in the final seconds, but missed a three-pointer with 4 seconds to give LA their first loss since Christmas. So, Shannon, could you please give LeBron a letter grade for last night?
Well, you lose the game, you automatically disqualify from getting an A. In my book, that's the way I judge. Somebody else, it doesn't matter what happens. They'll give you A+ and thinks everything's okay. But for me, that's not the case. Skip, I gave him a C. And I gave him a C because I was disappointed with how he played the first quarter. Skip, for only the third time in his career, he had 0 shot attempts in the first quarter. That's the first time that's happened since 2006. It appeared to me that he came out trying to get others involved, knowing that, okay, hey, I can get my shot. But he walks a tightrope, a fine line between trying to get others involved and still being able to go get his points and getting others involved and getting himself out of rhythm. And I thought last night he got himself out of rhythm, Skip, and he was really never able to get back into that rhythm. He had some great looks at threes, and they just didn't go down, kind of like on Christmas. The Clippers was running up under everything, and he had some great looks, and the ball just wouldn't go in. I thought some of his early turnovers got the Magic out in transition. He kind of started it because they turned the ball over a lot, especially in the first half. He had 3 in the first half. He only had 2 in the second half. And I guess if you look at it, Skip, say, well, the guy had a 41 assist to turnover ratio. You can live with that. But I hold LeBron. I believe LeBron is the best player still in the NBA. So I hold him to the highest and highest of standards. And so I expect more from him. 19 assists. Can't argue with that. I would like to see a little bit more production in the rebounding area because I thought Magic got a couple of second opportunities that I don't think they should have gotten. But when you're down AD and you only playing JaVale, you didn't play JaVale and Dwight at the same time. So basically, you only really have one true big. And so I thought LeBron could have got a help and got a couple extra rebounds. With that being said, the positive, Skip, was the bench. You get 62 points from your bench. You could live with that. Troy Daniels, Quinn Cook, who hadn't been playing a whole lot, Skip, say, Frank, don't forget about me. I can still contribute. Troy Daniels, I still can play. KCP hit some big shots. So, but Skip, to answer the question, what grade do I give LeBron? I gave him a C because I thought last night that was a game they should have won, and they let it slip away.
Very interesting. Once again, I don't know, I got to get a new TV. I saw a completely upside down different game. Maybe I flipped on the wrong channel. Maybe I was watching the Rockets last night. I don't know, and I confused them with the Lakers. I don't know.
I doubt it.
But Shannon Sharpe,
yes,
or as I call you, Shannon Sharpe, your man last night did not exactly help his MVP case without, once again, Anthony Davis.
Right.
And he continued to close my longtime case that he is just not a closer, because you did not mention what happened in the fourth quarter, and I'm about to go into great detail about the fourth quarter because, once again, I saw no clutch gene from LeBron James in the fourth quarter. So, yes, he did tie his career high in assists. That's pretty great. That's 19 assists. Get you, he's trying to get to a fault everybody else involved, but 19 assists is hard to do, and he did that. So I'm going to give him that. But he once again stunk up another fourth quarter that his team needed him to take over. because Orlando did come in hot. They'd won 6 of 8, but they're still a sub-500 team playing without a starter, Evan Fournier, who's really good. So
DJ Augustine.
Yep, no DJ last night either. So it was LeBron's time to take over what had been a back-and-forth game with 2 big runs. They fell behind by 20. They made a huge run back. Right. And the fourth quarter was seesaw all the way home. And it should have been LeBron's game. And because it wasn't, I'm going to give him a D, as in dog, for the night, and I am grading him on the strictest of scales because the man across from me continues to assert he is still the best player on the planet. And he is the leading vote getter for the All-Star game, says the fans, the billions of blind witnesses out there who have voted for him. So, yet again, we see another very typical LeBron James fourth quarter. It started off really good, and it went really sorry because the first 2 shots that he took in the fourth quarter, he made a big 3. It was at the end of the shot clock when he's at his best because there's no decision to be made. He just shoots it with conviction, and he made that one. And then he drove it, which he didn't do enough of in the fourth quarter, and had a nice little scoop left-handed layup because he's ambidextrous. Then it started, if we could start to see what happens from there. 8:43 left. He misses a 3. Here we go. He missed a 3, and they were up 1 at this point.
Skip, the ball's halfway down.
Okay. Well, and then 8:15 left. Here came the play of the night. Oh, he got blocked by the rim on a dunk shot. Wait, could that be?
He tried to quick dunk it.
Okay, then we get another missed 3 at 7:16 left. And then we get another miss. Here we go, another drive. He fades. He missed in the corner. That's about a 13-footer. Then 3:59 left. I don't know what he's thinking. He just starts running with the ball, and they just said, you can't do that. You have to dribble. That's a travel. And then here we go again with another missed 3. They were down 2 at this point. 2:30 left. He tries to get the ball to Kyle Kuzma, but he is pretty covered, and that results in a turnover again. That was his second turnover of the fourth quarter. And then with 1:40 left, he missed another late-game free throw. You can't do that because they were down 2 at that point. And then he made a big 3. He made that one. That was pretty good with 33 seconds left. But then watch what Markelle Fultz does to LeBron James. LeBron, you can't let little Markelle do that to you. He's having a big game, but you can't let him. And then here we go. This is the shot to tie the game. And it wasn't that close. And then he goes up the court like, woo, that was close. That was close.
Skip.
No, it wasn't.
Hold on.
It wasn't. It was way wide left. That wasn't close. LeBron, don't give me a woo. I almost made that one.
You say there was no pressure because that wasn't to win the game. It was just tied the game. So he should have made that one, right?
Tie the game.
Oh, tie the game. I thought so. Now it's big pressure to tie the game.
Well,
not big pressure.
He made the one with 33 seconds left when they were down 4, so that brought it back to 1. So I'm going to give you that, but it wasn't like a do-or-die, sink-or-swim 3-point shot. But I got to go back to that missed dunk because that was all-time embarrassing. And
Jordan never missed a dunk?
Who?
Kobe.
I don't think Jordan ever got blocked by the rim on a dunk. He might have missed it long, hard off the back iron.
So what? So now we.
But this was LeBron James. This looked like a year 17 problem to me, where you didn't quite have the explosion. If we could see it one more time, he gets wide open down the baseline. This is one where Luka would be laughing before he dunked it, right?
Well, he was He was expecting Mo Bamba, who has the longest wingspan, to come contest it.
That's what he said
faked like he faked like he was going to come in. When he didn't, LeBron was going to try to quick dunk on him.
Yeah, LeBron did say. I don't know if we have that. Do we have that sound of LeBron after the game? Yeah, here we go. Let's listen to what he had to say.
Is it just kind of mistiming the jump or not realizing, maybe exactly where you're taking off from?
No, taking off. you want to be part of the disrespectful team, too? I take off from this. No, Mo Bamba was around the rim, so I tried to quick dunk him. Being the shot blocker that he is, I tried to quick dunk him and, mistimed the place with the ball to the rim. He ended up not even coming to even make an attempt on the ball, so I kind of tricked myself out of that one.
Man, LeBron took a little shot at Dave McMenamin of ESPN, who's been pretty good to LeBron. He's very objective.
Skip.
He said, you want to be part of the disrespectful team, too? Ooh.
But Skip, this is where you took off from. Skip, the man was up under the basket. You bet that man he took off from the three-point line like he was in Space Jams.
So LeBron's contention is that he tricked himself out of getting his dunk blocked by the rim because he thought Mo Bamba was coming, but Mo Bamba just watched.
Right. He faked like
because Mo Bamba thought it's just over. It's just done. He's going to slam this one, and there's nothing I can do except foul him.
And get a three-point play.
Okay.
Hold on, Skip. So what was the reason that KCP, the rim blocked him? Was it year 17 for KCP?
Are we really going to compare KCP to LeBron James? And by the way, he back ironed it with a contest at the rim.
No, he dunked. He tried to dunk it.
I know. I saw it. Yeah, but he's got a guy hanging all over it.
No, Skip. No. Why do you do? All I'm saying is that if you miss the dunk, you missed the dunk, whether it hit the front rim, the side of the rim, or the back of the rim.
But he got blocked by the side of the rim. I've never seen that happen to LeBron James.
Well, KCP got blocked by the front of the rim. So
he's just some guy. We're talking about LeBron James. Well, come on, he didn't even start.
But let me ask you a question. So when Kobe missed the dunk, what was that because?
Okay, is this about LeBron or Kobe? Help me out.
Okay, what about Jordan? So when Jordan missed the dunk?
I'm not sure he ever missed one. I watched a billion Jordan games. I don't remember him missing dunk.
Do what you do. Go and send them things in the Jordan missing dunks. Because I know he did it. I ain't going to tell you, but you know he did it too, Skip Bayless.
I don't know. He might have missed him, but he might back iron him.
What difference does it make? He missed the dunk.
It looked like a year 17. I can't quite get the lift. Or maybe it was the lingering effects of the flu-like symptoms. Maybe he still has flu. I don't know. Maybe he wore himself out up there on stage with Bad Bunny, and he just didn't have the legs.
But Skip, how about this here? Okay, in the fourth quarter, you say, well, this was LeBron time. But you see what happened. Troy Daniels had it going. Quinn Cook had it going. KCP. So he's passing the ball, trying to get them involved. Now, if he just starts jacking up shots all over the place, you're like, LeBron, pass the ball. Those other guys got it going. You don't have it going. So, I mean, how does he win?
So speaking of jacking up shots in the fourth quarter, LeBron took 9 shots in the fourth quarter. Let's see, I'm looking down the list here. The next on his list was 5 from, albeit, Quinn Cook. Can you believe Quinn had the second most shots taken in the fourth quarter? And if I look at the Magic shots attempted in the fourth quarter, wow, they don't have anybody over 4. So LeBron, by 4 shots, took the most shots of anybody on either team in the fourth quarter. And by the way, I want to point out once again, LeBron is running away with the NBA lead in fourth quarter shots attempted. He has now shot 228 times in the fourth quarter. Next is James Harden at 211. So he is now plus 17 attempts in the fourth quarter on James Harden.
So how close?
That's shocking.
But how close is the James Harden in shots?
Well, what does that matter?
So you just looking at 4.
So
but it's 3 more quarters.
Here we go again. And by the way, the Lakers were 22-0 until last night against sub-500 teams. Now they're 22-1. And this was the classic Orlando Magic kind of game where LeBron can say, I'll shoot 9 times in the fourth quarter. And oftentimes they can pull away in a game like that, especially when he gets that much help, shockingly, from his bench. Because look what, to your point, Quinn Cook made 3 out of 4 threes, and Troy Daniels made 2 of 2 threes. Wow. Right. That's pretty great. If you get that in the fourth quarter, you should beat the Magic.
Where they lost the game, Skip, was the 29-11 discrepancy at the free throw line. And it's not so much that they're fouling. Skip, they're fouling guys shooting threes. And guys are going to the line and shooting threes. I mean, you can't give up that kind of discrepancy. But no, you told me, and everybody that will listen, that Kyle Kuzma is the closer.
Thank you for bringing that up. I'm glad you did.
So what did he do last night?
He played all of 3.5 minutes in the fourth quarter. And if you can, Mr. Vogel, explain that to me, I don't get it. You're playing Troy Daniels, and Jared Dudley played 7.5 minutes in the fourth quarter, and Quinn Cook played almost 7 minutes. So he's going with the bench over Kyle Kuzma. Guess how many shots Kyle got in the fourth quarter last night?
How many get in the first quarter?
How about none?
How many
about 0,
How many get in the first quarter?
I don't care, because he's the closer on this team.
Guess what, Skip Bayless? The reason the crowd... I want to know one thing. Why is Kyle Kuzma name even in the discussion if he's what you said he is?
You just brought him up. I didn't even start. You brought him up.
But you said thank you. So why is Kyle Kuzma name in discussion for trade if he's what you said he is?
I believe LeBron is threatened by him taking 4 shots in the fourth quarter. I watch what's about to happen. I think LeBron does not love Rajon Rondo, and I think he's about to be gone. And I think Kyle Kuzma will be gone for maybe another addition that will fit better with LeBron.
Skip, if LeBron didn't like Rondo, he wouldn't even been back. Rondo's problem, Skip, is that he can't stay healthy. That you saw this last year. What happened?
Yeah.
As soon as he started, it's something.
Yeah.
He needs to drink more milk because he breaks more bones than anybody that I know for an adult.
He's also hard to get along with. And I don't think LeBron loves that. So we'll see as the trade. We're almost up to the trade deadline. So the point is, I saw Kyle Kuzma at Dallas. Well, that was Friday night.
Yeah.
Then I saw him at Oklahoma City when LeBron had flu-like symptoms on Saturday night. And he was just lighting it up.
Right.
He can be dead-eye.
Yes.
But he's got in his head the greenest light in the league.
In his head, not with the team.
I agree. But I still say down the stretch of a close game, he will be the guy. If you'll feed that beast, he'll bring you home.
Skip, I think the thing is that what concerns them is his inconsistency. Because if you see the first quarter, Skip, he doesn't have a rhythm. He's not even trying to get anybody else. He's just jacking up shots.
Well, that's what he does.
No,
but a lot of times. Did you see him Friday night and Saturday night?
I saw him Friday night. I saw him Saturday night because LeBron wasn't out there. AD wasn't out there. But Skip, you can't do that. You have to. And once you see it's not going, you just can't keep willy-nilly. He turning the ball over left and right, and he's jacking up shots. I mean, bro, at some point in time, can you just pass it? Just get one pass, and we get back to you. Then you shoot. Don't bring the ball down the court. Think you Kyrie Irving handles and toss up a wild shot?
He had 2 turnovers last night. But in the fourth quarter, Kyle Kuzma got 0 shots. And I give LeBron credit because he did try to feed him on the elbow that one time, but he was covered. It was a little bit forced, and it turned into a turnover. And that was when it was a 1-point game, and that was a bad play on LeBron's part. But at least he was trying to do the quote-unquote right thing, get the ball to Kyle Kuzma.
That's why I gave him a C. I told you the turnovers. He started, I think the first couple of possessions, he had the ball. He turned it over. He turned it over late in the ball game. That's why I gave him a C. I mean, you think, all you do is give LeBron, if that was Dak Prescott, you would have given him an F. I don't give anybody anything. They earn what they get from me.
But your C wasn't based on any fourth quarter because you didn't mention the fourth quarter until I did.
Skip.
Interesting.
They didn't look, they go on a run, Magic quell their run, Lakers go on another run. But in the course of that run, LeBron James is assisting Troy Daniels. He's assisting Quinn Cook. He's assisting KCP. What really happened, Skip, is defensive rotations. JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard got lost on some defensive rotations, and they left Vucevic open for a jump shot and a wide-open 3. That's what happens. Okay, you tighten that up. You lose like you tell me. This is early January. Who cared about a game in early January? Let you tell me, LeBron shouldn't even been out there, let alone losing the game. So chalk this up. He shouldn't even been out there playing, right?
They have been feasting on sub-500.
Oh, there you go. So let me ask you a question. So Lakers are the only team that plays sub-500 teams. Nobody else played these teams.
The way the NBA is developing this year, it seems like everybody's sub-500 except the Clippers and the Lakers. That's what it feels like.
Well, Utah's been on a hot streak.
Well, they've suddenly started to take shape, and so has Denver.
But the thing is, Skip, is that now because the Grammys are coming, they're on the road for the next week. They got Houston and Boston and Philly and the Knicks. So we'll find out a lot about them. We'll see what AD's going to do. If AD's going to play Saturday, he might not play it until Monday, I think, when they play the Celtics.
Boy, he was walking just fine up there on the sidelines at Green Bay, right?
Hold up, Skip.
But he's still out with bruised gluteus maximus, bruised tailbone, right?
You know.
Okay.
There's a difference between walking on the sideline of an NFL game and playing professional basketball at an extremely high level.
It was cold up there. It's hard to walk.
I didn't think he had a warm enough jacket on. That's what I was concerned about. He wasn't bundled enough.
I mean, he's from Chicago, so I guess he's used to the cold.
I guess
he's from Chicago rooting for the Green Bay Packers.
Whoa.
How do you figure?
Hello. You root for the Cowboys. You from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma City is diehard Dallas. Oklahoma City is Dallas North, trust me. Everybody in Oklahoma City is a Cowboy fan, including me.
He said he had good friends that were Cowboys, that were Green Bay Packers. I guess Randall Cobb went to Kentucky. He was cool with Randall Cobb, whatever. Skip.
But they didn't go there at the same time.
Listen,
Thank you.
I'll
By the way, guess who another Cowboy fan is? The guy from Akron. How do you explain that?
He is.
Did he grow up in Dallas?
How about this here?
Reminder.
No.
I grew up in Georgia. Spent a lot of time in Georgia. How many times did I root for the Falcons, the Hawks, or the Braves?
I don't know.
Just because
I don't know,
just
honestly.
because
I
you're
don't.
from-
You
just-
probably did.
No, just because you're from a state, that doesn't mean you have to root for the teams that also play in that
I
state.
hear you.
I'm allowed to go outside of the state of Georgia and have a favorite professional basketball,
Yeah.
football, or baseball team. Just because Anthony Davis is from Chicago, that doesn't mean you have to root for the Bears.
No, it doesn't, but you just burned your bridge back to your hometown. Trust me, they take that really personally.
They'll be all right.
Yeah,
They love
and
you
I
there.
actually worked for 4 years in Chicago, writing the lead column for the Chicago Tribune. So I know the Green Bay Chicago rivalry.
Yes.
I know it inside out.
With AD.
You cannot do that.
With AD, if they leave you because you root for the Packers, they were never on your team to begin with.
And by the way, his checks are written now by somebody who owns the Los Angeles Lakers, so at least he could root for the Rams or the Chargers.
Stop
right?
saying that just because you play for a city,
Yeah.
you got to root for the teams that's also in that city. Where they do that at?
A lot of people do that.
No,
They're
they
smart.
No.
So I'm going to go on record. I'm going to just dig in on this. Kyle Kuzma has to be the closer for this team if it's going to do what you think it's going to do.
He's going to be the closer for somebody else's team.
That is correct. I believe that's where we are heading. So it's going to be good luck to LeBron or to Anthony Davis,
We
the
good.
PER prince.
We good.
Neither is a closer.
All we gotta
Neither
do-
has ever been a closer.
I don't expect the bench to give us that kind of production, 62 points, because now you're getting the Clippers bench with Trez Harrell and Lou Williams, and I don't expect that. But if they can just give us consistent 30, oh, man, we been money.
Boy, I was thinking of Frank Vogel last night when he was doing that weird fourth quarter lineup, and I'm looking at the bench and I'm thinking, Jason Kidd, Lionel Hollins, these guys are, they've been around. They have done all this as head coaches. It's going to be a lot of pressure on him going forward because that was way out on the limb to me to go with that.
Skip, we've seen where benches get hot. And the coach will ride that bench, will ride that wave, because we saw that in the playoffs with LeBron. Kyrie and Kevin Love was on the bench, and LeBron and a bunch of other guys brought them all the way back from 20 against Paul George. You remember?
I don't think LeBron James, the unofficial coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, is going to love what happened last night because Jared Dudley played 7.5 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Gave you great hustle.
He gave you great hustle. He didn't even take a shot.
Yes, he did. He had a 3.
0.
He had a 3, 1 for 1 from the 3.
Not in the fourth quarter. I'm not seeing that. Nope. 0 for 0.
Yeah.
Played
But
7.5 minutes.
What about that hustle?
Frank?
What about that hustle play?
Frank pushed a button that gave him 0.
What about that hustle play?
He was hustling
He dove
all
out
over
of
the floor.
bounds, got the rebound.
Yep.
He said, I know my job is.
He looks like he needs to get in the gym, but that's another situation.
Look, the man has carved out a nice little niche. He's not the most athletic. When you see him,
He's
not
not
thinking,
exactly carved out of granite, but right?
Okay, he about to be,
Jared
carved out of In-N-Out burgers, but who knows?
That is correct.
But that's neither here nor there.
He's a great guy. I love Jared Dudley. I know Jared Dudley, but I don't know if I'd play him 7.5 minutes of a seesaw game in the fourth quarter.
He plays a role, and that's the thing. You need guys that understand their role and fulfill their role, and that's what he did. Skip, it was just one of those nights. The ball wasn't going in for LeBron. They had some opportunity. When they had a 4-point lead, I thought if they could have extended it to maybe 6, maybe 7.
I totally agree.
But they just couldn't. They just couldn't get over that hump. And give them the Magic credit, Skip. Markelle Fultz made 2 plays. He did an up and under, I think, on JaVale.
He did.
And kissed it with some great English.
Markelle showed me. That was the first night I've ever said, "Oh, I see that now. I get it."
Now I see why they took him.
Come a long way.
And what made me mad? Guess what he had on, Skip?
What?
LeBron 17 red carpets.
Oh, not good?
LeBron should have take them shoes.
Then those red
make you
carpets
happy?
went right down the red carpet on LeBron.
Skip, you saw Vucevic set a pick on LeBron and Fultz went around. You make it seem like it was
He
just
was
like,
all over him. LeBron had him right at the rim. And how tall is Markelle? 6'3", maybe 6'2".
oh, so Vucevic didn't. And then you saw the shot that he made, Skip. That was a circuit. That was a Kyrie Irving type shot.
Last quick point to your point. 7:16 left. Lakers up 4. LeBron misses a 3. Lakers up 4. 6:54 left. LeBron misses a 13-foot jumper. To your point, if either of those shots go in, that could be the death knell right there.
It happens. Skip.
Okay, it happens.
I mean, so what are we now? Are we 8-33 or are we 33-8?
You are 33-8 and 4.5 game lead, top spot in the West. Still,
4.5.
It's over.
Still,
it's over.
You got a little wiggle.
And
in
we
there.
got 5 cases on 56.
Yep, we do. That was a blow to your case.
How's it a blow?
Okay, enough Lakers
Orlando.
for now. They're back in action Saturday in Houston, like you mentioned.
No mercy.
A new Netflix docuseries debuted yesterday detailing how Aaron Hernandez went from star tight end for the New England Patriots to convicted killer. The documentary used interviews from those who knew Hernandez throughout his life to explore his disturbing path. Hernandez died in prison in 2017 after being found guilty of the murder of his future brother-in-law in 2013. Shannon, I know you watched the whole thing. I watched some of it as well. What did you learn from this?
Skip, I will never, ever make excuses for someone that did what Aaron Hernandez did. I will never have sympathy for someone, even though he ended up taking his own life. I'll never have sympathy for someone that made the choices that he made. But watching that, it gave me a glimpse of what set him on the path in which he ultimately chose. I think 2 things for me watching this in its entirety, and I'm going to go back and watch it again to make sure I didn't miss anything. 2 things. The death of his father and what his mom immediately did after the death of his father. Those were the culmination of Skip. And if you get, as you get into it, Jenny, you'll see that he's talking to his mom. You don't know what you did to me. You ruined me. And she doesn't understand. Oh, come on, Aaron, stop it. She doesn't see what she did and what caused the pain that he was suffering. I believe the reason why he gravitated towards his cousin because it was the husband that the mom took.
That is true.
So he can sympathize with her pain because he was in so much pain for what his mom did. Leaving mom dead because that was her way of thumbing a finger up at the husband because they said he was somewhat abusive to her.
He was, according to the documentary. Yes.
Skip, he was dealing with a lot of things. I did not know this, that he, if it's to be true, his quarterback in high school, and he had a sexual relationship. Now, there are a lot of professional sports in America, like football, football, basketball, and baseball. But none of them is more testosterone-driven than football. And Skip, there's a machismo, there's an image that comes along with that. There's a reason why they say it's on the down low, in the closet. Because the last thing you want to have happen is something of that nature to come out. Especially, you're a football, Skip, not just a football player. You're a bench warmer, okay, you're a guy. He's the guy in high school.
Player of the year in Connecticut.
Player of the year. And so, Skip, that sent him on a path, not to excuse it, because, Skip, you know, the environments play a huge part, good and bad. Skip, you notice I get on here and I talk a lot about my grandmother and my grandfather. I talk about my upbringing because they had a positive impact. My grandfather died when I was 8 years old, so there was no dominant male figure voice in the house. That could have been a time that me and my brother like, what you gonna do, Granny? You can't do anything with us. We already your size. But we chose to be on our best behavior. When his father passed, that was his opportunity to do what the hell he wanted to do because his father kept his foot on his neck. Because his father... It's also said in the docuseries that he was very close to some cousins and he wanted to be a cheerleader. And they said, oh, no, hell, you not. Skip, he also, when he went, and I think the thing is when his father died, because it was supposed to be a package deal. His brother was already quarterback at UConn. That's where he was supposed to go.
His father played at UConn, was a legendary star at Bristol Central High School, ahead of Aaron. And so once his father passed, his mother did what she did. He's like, I need to get the hell away from here. I'm going to go as far away from you as I possibly can. So his mom is on one end of 95 in Connecticut. He's on the other end of 95 down in Gainesville, Florida.
Which is crazy, that part.
He gets to Florida and he's like, well, hold on. I'm catching passes. I'm doing things. I can get away with stuff here. Bartender asks, hey, bro, you got a tab here. Pop, punches him in the ear, busts his eardrum. Now, Skip, in the South, a lot of these colleges are in small towns, and they're college towns. Do you really want to be the guy that press charges on Aaron Hernandez, gets him kicked off the team or gets him suspended where he can't play? So he started to understand these things. Listening at him talk while he was in jail and he's talking to his mom and he's talking to his fiancée. And Skip, he had an anger issue, no question about that. And his fiancée calls him and says, Aaron, they came here and they searched the house again, and he doesn't understand why she's upset.
Yeah.
She said, because they keep doing this. And he's like, well, at least you got your freedom. She's like, you caused that. Not only did you bring that on yourself, you brought that on me. And he's like, what are you upset about? He hangs the phone up on her. Mm-hmm. So, Skip, it offered me a glimpse into what started this. But, Skip, no matter what, I can get in my car and start going somewhere. But I can also make a choice, say, you know what? I'm going to turn and go left, and I'm going to go back home. I'm going to turn and go right. Mm-hmm. But he proceeded down the road that led him to where it led him. So, Skip, I'm not offering excuses because it was a choice. I have no sympathy because I believe 3 people lost their lives.
So do I.
The double murder, he
was acquitted of.
Yeah. But Odin Lloyd, we know for a fact.
They did point out that the car involved in the double murder was his, and it was in the cousin's garage, and they discovered it 2 years later, and they've been searching the countryside for it, right?
And his cousin was so loyal, it ended up costing her life because she's dealing with cancer. Yeah. And she would, and you know you're not going to get the treatments that you would get in jail that you would get outside. But she wrote it out. She wouldn't budge because they had that bond. Skip, I believe they had a bond because of what they shared. It was her husband and it was his mom that did what they did, and they bonded. It was her house that he could go to and do whatever he wanted to do.
Yep.
Because that wasn't allowed at home.
And that was the first place he started to fall in with the wrong people. And then when he went to Gainesville, he fell in with worse people, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we are right now on a slippery slope, and I'm glad you prefaced what you said with your concerns about this slippery slope, because just me, I learned a whole lot about Aaron Hernandez last night I did not know.
I think a lot of people did.
Did that create any sympathy in me? Not an ounce of sympathy.
0.
He shot and killed in cold blood a friend of his, and then to your point, I believe he had something to do with the killing of the other 2 earlier.
Sure.
So I learned a lot more about the why of Aaron Hernandez, the why for his precipitous fall from grace and the New England Patriots and the big he got a contract, a second deal with them, $40 million, a 5-year, $40 million deal, right in the middle. It was 2 days after the double murder, right?
Skip,
what?
The timing.
Okay.
Skip, about to cut you off, but people don't realize how good Aaron Hernandez was. He and Gronk came in the same year. He missed 2 games. He had more catches and more yards than Gronk in his rookie season.
He did.
That's how good he was.
Wow. He was a force for that team. He was gifted.
He was Travis Kelce. He was George Kittle before there because he had wiggle. He could do that. Gronk was the power guy. But this guy could run routes. Skip, you remember against the Broncos? They put him in the backfield, and they tossed him the ball. He went 45 yards.
Well, the Tebow playoff game, after Tebow beat Pittsburgh, he had to go to Foxborough.
Right.
And he got annihilated because Aaron Hernandez took the game over. Right?
They lined him up at tailback and pitched him the ball, and that's a tight end doing that.
And they got him in the fourth round. Why did they get him? Because everybody knew about all the off the field at Gainesville.
A lot of people took him off their board.
Okay, and I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But again, back to your point, slippery slope. I did learn a lot of the why, but we've all been through things. I had a terrible childhood. I had, you can read it on my Facebook page. Here I am. It was not pretty, but was it a reason for me to go shoot something? No. And to your point, then you have to go north or south. What are you going to do? And I guess he wasn't equipped to go north.
Right.
But I don't have any sympathy for him, but I'm enlightened as to the why.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because the most shocking of all came the on-camera interview with his high school quarterback.
Yep.
And the young man was just forthright about, we had a relationship.
Yep.
And they also had his father on camera, who was a corrections officer, who was also very sympathetic then to his son. I wish I'd been more supportive. I didn't know.
Yeah.
But the son was making it very clear that he and Aaron were horrified at the prospect of anybody finding out that the 2 stars at Bristol Central High School were having a relationship.
Right.
And that Aaron was horrified that his father would find out because he was domineering, as you say, and occasionally abusive. And I did love the note that just came and went, and I'm interested that you picked up on it, fascinated, was Oh, at one point he wanted to be a cheerleader.
Yeah.
And his father nixed that idea like that.
Yeah.
You would think that he would.
Yes.
So he's following in his father's legendary footsteps. And I know Bristol Central, I drove by it 1,000 times because I spent so much time at ESPN in Bristol, Connecticut. And it's not a bad neighborhood. It's a middle-classy sort of neighborhood.
Right.
And it's a really good high school that sent a lot of kids to a lot of big schools academically. It's a good place.
Right.
So it's not that he came from a really bad neighborhood. Nope, that's not what was going on.
Right.
But at home, a lot of things were going on. And then his father died when he was 16, and that sent him spinning because he lost the discipline, the structure that his father provided in his life. So the bad was actually good for Aaron because it formed a bond between them, but also he was afraid of him, so it kept him on the straight and narrow.
Because what the high school quarterback says, when his dad would come around, Aaron would say, okay, I got to be on my I got to straighten up.
Okay, so if his dad had stayed alive, would it have helped save Aaron? I don't know, maybe.
Right.
Possibly.
Right.
Okay, so then two things happened because of the bisexual relationship that they are reporting in the Netflix documentary. There's speculation that Odin Lloyd, a good friend of his, knew about his bisexuality, and Aaron feared, that Odin Lloyd might tell his girlfriend, who is the sister of Aaron's fiance, who is the mother of his daughter.
Correct.
And that horrified him enough that he finally said, I've got to end his life. Right? And then there's also speculation that when a Newsweek reporter went on WEEI radio in Boston 2 days before Aaron took his own life in prison, and she disclosed on air that he had a prison boyfriend, that somehow that got back to Aaron, and just the shame of it, the embarrassment of him, there's speculation that helped spur him to take his life.
Because, Skip, you could hear him when he's talking to his fiance, and he's talking about it and them. And she said, don't say that. They're transgender. They're people just like you.
No, that was to his mom, I think.
No, that was his fiance.
At one point, he was disparaging to gays in prison to his mom.
I think it might have been his mom, but I know.
Whatever, right? He was on the phone.
Right.
Yes.
Right. And she's explained they're people like you.
Correct.
And it seemed like he was going overboard.
To deflect.
Deflect.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, but you know what would impress me? Is that what the sheriff said? He says, like, when we get people like him in here, we put them on suicide watch because this is a shock to them. They've never been in a situation like this before. You go from having everything at and you in here. So a lot of people, so we put him on suicide watch. And he says, we're talking to him. And he says, you know where you are. You're in jail. He says, no, I'm not. I'm in training camp.
Yeah, no.
Skip, I've had homeboys that did a dime, did stretches. They say, Sharpe, my body was in prison. Man, my mind, I was in Glenville. Man, I'm somewhere else. I'm thinking about the time we playing football. He says, if your mind is ever incarcerated, it's over for you. So Aaron Hernandez understood in order for him to survive as long as he did, he had to compartmentalize. And that's what made him great, Skip. If you look, not to say, take Brett Favre. His dad died, Irv. His mentor, his coach, his dad. He had the best game of his career a day later.
At Oakland,
Because he can compartmentalize the really good ones. You look at Michael Jordan, he's sick as a dog.
I know, that's true.
Flu game. The really good ones can say, okay, I got this going on, but now it's time to do this.
That is correct. So, quickly back to the New England Patriots. Obviously, they knew all about what he was doing in Gainesville other than playing football.
Yeah.
But he wrote a letter to Nick Caserio, who's the personnel director, obviously, for Belichick and Robert Kraft, that was very convincing that take a chance on me, I won't let you down. And they bought into that. Belichick has a history of buying into that, giving you a chance, because maybe in my structure, I'll be your father figure, right? And he took a shot, and it paid off hugely for a little while,
term.
right? And when you get Aaron Hernandez in the fourth round, they got Gronk in the second because he had a bad back.
Right.
Okay. So I don't know if you blame them for this, but they took.
If you don't look, okay, they're red flags. Red flags that somebody's gonna be a murderer.
Yep.
I get red flags that the guy might have a problem drinking or doing drugs or
bar fight.
Skip. He miss curfew, things like that. But that's a huge step, Skip, to taking someone's life now.
Yep. We had Aaron Hernandez on the other show on ESPN, and he came across to me even off camera as likable, like a nice guy. Who was very concerned that you liked him. He was very concerned about how you viewed him. It did come up in the documentary.
Well, he knew
And he could be very playful on camera and like kidding, playful, but he was very concerned that you did him right on television.
And that's the sexuality part, Skip.
You got it.
You can't, if you're Aaron Hernandez, he's a star in the NFL. That can't come out. They can't let that be known. You let that be known. Like I said, Skip, there's a reason why they give it names. They say you're in the closet. They say you're on the down low.
Yep.
And he had, the guy was there, Callahan, I think, was the offensive lineman.
Callahan.
Callahan. And he was saying the things that he did.
He was an offensive lineman for the Patriots from 06 to 08.
Right.
And started some games one game for the 07, which was the record-setting Patriots.
He said the things that you do, he said a lot of times men are in this position.
Yep.
They have wives, they have kids, so you don't think.
As he said, beards.
Beards. So you don't think anything's going on. But and that's what they say in the documentary. Maybe Odin Lord had found out that he was this way, and because something set him off. At no other time had he ever sent a message to his sister and says, "You know who I'm with, NFL, just so you know."
No.
Something set him off. Something raised his antenna.
Yep.
But for me, I was like, man, at 2:30 in the morning, bro, what you want? Nah, I'm asleep.
So there's no surprise this trended #1 all day long and into the night on U.S. trends on Twitter. Yep.
It was very well produced.
It was done. I mean, and to listen at him, Skip, you know, he actually thought he was going home. Skip, he thought he was going home.
Yep.
Well, it goes back to the compartmentalizing.
He thought when this is over, and Skip, and then I don't know if you saw this part. His mom said, "Hey, give me $1 million," and you know I'd be set for like, he's like, "Why that? I will give you $1 million for what?"
Yeah.
You were on fire with this documentary.
Skip, it
was.
You're going to go watch it again.
I am going to watch it again. But you can Skip. He has hatred. He had hatred, not dislike. He had deep-seated hatred for his mom.
He did.
And he never forgave her for what she did.
Yeah. You feel for the Odin Lloyd's family as well. This is coming out again, and I kept thinking about that during the documentary. But well done, and definitely worth watching.
No mercy.
We're going to shift gears to Conor McGregor, who is back. He's making his return to the octagon this weekend, fighting Donald Cowboy Cerrone in Las Vegas. McGregor hasn't won a UFC matchup since 2016, and his past few years on the losing end of some fights may have humbled him, as he was surprisingly respectful and complimentary during a pre-fight news conference yesterday. Take a listen for yourself.
That's one hell of a coat, Donald. My God. I got to give credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? I don't know whether you've outdone me. I've got lions on the inside of my baby here. You know what I mean? But that's a damn good coat, brother. What is it now? Was it crocodile or?
Nah, it's python.
Python, good man. It's hard not to respect Donald right now at this stage, and he has my respect. And although there will be blood spilled on January 18th, it will not be bad blood. And for the Mystic Mac prediction, it will be a KO.
Okay, how about that hat? Shannon, what did you make of the way Conor handled himself?
I'm not surprised, because the last time we've seen Conor McGregor fight, Skip, he got TKO'd and he got choked out.
He did.
So Skip, it's kind of hard to have that bravado in there. You talk about, oh, I'm the man. No, you're not. Because the last time we saw you, you were slumped over on the canvas. And the time before that, we saw you, the referee waving it off because you had enough. Cowboy Cerrone, that is a nice jacket. I might get me a whole python jacket like that. Yeah, I might get me one, probably like that cognac color.
Let's just stick to this.
Now, I'm thinking about that, Skip Bayless. Look, Conor McGregor has had a rough, last couple of years, Skip, has been rough for him inside the ring and outside. Oof. I mean, it goes back to, he snatched the guy phone in Miami and broke that, stomped on it. The allegations with the sexual assault. He sucker punched a man in a bar in Ireland.
He did.
And then the last 2 times he was in where it was a square on the octagon, he got beat. Now, Skip, he's at a crossroads right now. I mean, he has great, his press conferences. I mean, they're great. Except the one with him and Floyd Mayweather, because I thought both of those guys stepped over the line with the racists and
especially Conor.
He did the stereotypical stuff, Skip. But he's at a crossroads, Skip. Because if you remember correctly, I know a female that went down the very same path. Her name was Ronda Rousey. She was whipping everybody. And she get you on the ground, she armbar you, she leg lock you, and it was over. But all of a sudden, the women say, you know what, we're not gonna let you get us to the ground. Holly Holm said, no, I'm not going to the ground. I'm gonna kick you in your face. And then Amanda Nunes, we were in New York.
I remember.
And Amanda Nunes, Skip, you was over here, I was right here, and she was right there. And she says, I'm going to beat her. And I remember you and I, after the segment was over.
She said she's going to beat her up.
Yeah.
What'd you guys react?
After she left, I said, Skip, she going to run through
It's over.
You really? You knew that?
Yes. I said, she going to run
You knew it.
Yes, she's going to run through Ronda Rousey.
She wanted blood.
He needs to, Skip, what we see from Conor, if he can keep it up, he can get you. Because he is an amateur boxer. He has supreme boxing skill. He went 12 rounds with Floyd. Say whatever you want. Floyd was 39, was 38. Say whatever you want. He went 10 rounds with arguably the greatest boxer, especially in his weight class, ever. That speaks volume to his skill set.
I agree.
But where he struggles, if they ever take him to the ground, it's like when Khabib got him on the ground, he was there for the rest of the round. It takes so much out of you. He doesn't understand how to get back up. So, and I'm listening to Cerrone did an interview on a podcast, says, you know, I'm thinking about, everybody says, no, don't do that, take it to the ground, but I'm thinking about fighting his fight. Why guys make that mistake, Skip? My job is to win the, Skip, that would be the equivalent of the Tennessee Titans says, you know what? We're going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs at their game. We're going to let Ryan Tannehill throw the ball 50 times to show we can beat them at a pass. Why? Your objective is to win. You want to prove how tough you are. If you beat him, that means, oh, hey, I was a better fighter. But he says he wants to stand. I hope he's just, fooling Conor. But, Skip, I'm not surprised that he took this approach because it's kind of hard to be brash when you've been tapped out and you've been TKO'd. And that's what's happened to Conor in his last 2 fights.
I guess I shouldn't have been surprised. But I kept sitting there saying, Conor, where are you? Where did you go? Who is this guy?
Who's that guy?
Conor, come on. You're the greatest pre-fight entertainer in the history of any sport. I've never seen anything like him.
After Ali is here.
Yeah, after Ali. Except Conor will go over the line.
Yes.
And it's like stand-up comedy. It's like X-rated stand-up comedy. He's gifted at it.
Yes.
I saw next to none of that yesterday. Because Jenny used this word earlier in the show, humble Conor. I'm going to put a D on the end of it. Humbled. He got humbled because he knows what happened the last time he went after Khabib's, his wife, his heritage, his culture.
Religion,
everything.
Yep.
He went after him, and he nearly paid with his life. If the fight hadn't been stopped, he would have been choked out literally.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
He nearly got his head pulled off because he was up against pure rage in Khabib, because Khabib was going to get even with him. He was going to put him back in his place, and he did, and now he won't fight him again because he's done with that. He did what he wanted to do, and now he didn't want to even recognize him anymore. So I was listening to a Conor McGregor yesterday. He doesn't want to do this anymore. He's actually campaigning to box Floyd again, and Floyd is almost 43 years of age.
Or Pacquiao.
Or Pacquiao, but that's his plan B.
Yeah.
Oh, if I have to, I'll box Pacquiao, who's 41 now.
Also getting up there.
And he knows if he boxes Floyd, Floyd's not a big puncher.
No.
And it's not going to feel good, but it's not going to really hurt. He's not going to he's not going to take your head off, right?
Right.
So you could box Floyd for 10 or 12 rounds, and you could walk away pretty much unscathed, right?
Yep.
And without any real serious injuries, probably not.
Right.
And yet, in this ring, in this octagon, you can get hurt.
Yes.
It's hard. As Dana White said, once you make $100 million, you don't feel like getting up in the morning and getting slugged in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
With basically no gloves, right?
Them 4-ounce gloves, nothing.
Oh, it's just nothing. And so he's taken so many shots that I think they were both, these are 2 old war horses.
Right.
Cerrone's 36.
Right.
And they've been in a lot of quote unquote wars, right?
Yes.
And so they were basically acknowledging each other with respect.
Right.
We've both been out there. We've done all this. Let's just go out there and put on a good show. That's what they were both saying. Let's put on a good show. We're going to entertain you. But let's hope, they're between the lines, they're saying, let's hope we don't hurt each other.
Right.
And there's going to be no disrespect. There's going to be no trash talk.
Right.
There's some half-hearted trash talk near the end when Conor used one of the old lines that he did about, I can read cowboy like a children's book. Well, he said that like 8 years ago,
Right.
okay? And then they had half-hearted exchanges about that. And then the shock to me was the final question of the press conference was asked by somebody who shocked me, and it was the highlight of the whole press conference. If we could see that final question, please.
All right, we'll do one more. You got a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead, buddy.
Before I bet this money, how confident are you in Saturday's fight?
Welcome to the best show on earth, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. We're honored to have you, sir. I'm extremely confident, if you can't tell. I'm coming in with full preparation, full commitment, and full confidence in my striking abilities and my shots. And who knows, maybe a submission, but I'm going to be going for the knockout.
So Chad Johnson pops up out of nowhere, and Dana recognizes him because he knew he wanted to ask a question, and we didn't see the very first of it, but Chad was a little tentative, and he introduced himself as Ocho Cinco here, so he's still back to that. He's reporting on the fight.
I like it.
And so he sort of goes around and around trying to ask a question about, I'm here to bet the house. Should I bet on the house on you?
Right.
And what's Conor going to say?
Right.
No?
Right.
I don't know. I'm not sure I would bet the house on Conor in this.
For the long, and Skip, and that's what's so impressive when you see these guys that have, like Khabib has this long win streak, Nunes has this winning streak, Johnny Bones Jones has never tasted defeat. But in order for Conor for the while, Conor was the face for the UFC. But in order to continue to be the face, what you got to do, you got to win. Mm-hmm. You can't keep taking L's and talk about you the face. They're going to find a new face.
By the way, he has not won a fight since November 12th of 2016, which was when we saw Amanda.
Right.
Okay.
We were in New York before UFC at Madison Square Garden, the first one ever.
Who, Aldo?
It was Eddie Alvarez.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
16,
But I'm losing track. I mean, that's 3 years, 2 months ago.
Yeah, it's 2020 now.
Okay.
Wow.
And think about it, Skip. I mean, he's only fought twice. Once against Floyd and once against Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib. That's it. Okay. So why is he doing it now? Partly for the money, and partly because I think he just feels responsible to his fans. Like they're like, where are you? And so he feels a duty.
Nah, Skip, that ain't the sport to give the fans what they want.
No, I don't know.
He's
Conor McGregor.
You go ahead and
he's
sit this
trying
one
to
out.
talk himself back into being Conor McGregor, but he's saying nothing offensive to his opponent because he even allowed the opponent, he's going to fight him at 170, which is going up. And so Cowboy is thankful. He's expressing his gratitude, saying, thank you for letting me fight at 170. I didn't have to lose any weight.
But Conor also, Skip, because Conor fights at 145, 155, so he doesn't have to lose any weight. All he had to do is just maybe cut 2 or 3 pounds, because he strikes me as a guy that walks around at 170, 175.
Okay, so let me tell you, when they faced off after the press conference...
Cowboy Cerrone is much bigger.
Conor looked like he's half the size of Cowboy.
Cowboy probably walks around 195,
he
maybe
might.
200 pounds.
He just might.
Yeah.
He looked like it yesterday. I don't know.
Yeah. He's definitely a bigger man.
Yeah. So this I don't think this is going to be easy for Conor.
No.
Humbled Conor. Still can't believe I'm saying that. But if he wins, I don't know if he keeps this up. I just can't see it sticking to it.
No mercy.
Tyreek Hill may have given the Tennessee Titans some unwanted bulletin board material, though, hyping up his offensive unit by telling reporters, quote, I feel like nobody in the NFL can guard any of us. Shannon, did you like him saying this?
I don't have a problem with it, but come Sunday, you're going to have to back that up. Skip, they lost 4 games. So guess what somebody did? Stopped all of you. You lost 4 games. Skip, I don't know if people know this, but they lost 3 of the games. They lost to the AFC South. Houston beat them in the regular season. Tennessee beat them in the regular season. Indy beat them in the regular season. So 3 teams from one division beat you, stopped you. So you can be stopped on any given Sunday. Remember, you were at this very point last year. They wasn't in Atlanta for the Super Bowl. So guess what? Somebody stopped them. I got no problem with you, Skip. That's the thing I love about sport. You can do all the talking you want, but come Sunday or Saturday or whatever that particular sporting event is, you got to back it up. Well, go see Tyreek. Now, Tennessee Titans coming in with a boatload of confidence because they just stopped the team that scored more points than you do in the regular season. And they stopped them. They went to their building and beat them 28-12. So they feel confident coming in, and they've already beaten you. So it's not like they're like, man, I don't know how we gonna beat this team, man. We got our work cut out for it. They respect you, but they're not in fear of you. So we're gonna find out. I'm be looking, Tyreek. Now you said it, can't nobody guard it. Now, Skip, if they don't win this game, I don't want to hear nothing about we beat ourselves. I don't want to hear none of that about no official. I don't want to hear none of that.
Yep.
I want you to commend the Tennessee Titans if they put that thing on you. Now, I expect my homeboy to give me one of those virtuosos. That's what I'm expecting.
Because he's unstoppable, right?
Ooh, Skip Bayless. Best in the game right now. He it. When you talk about the best in the game right now, in football, he wear 15 for the Chiefs. Yeah. So I ain't got no problem with that. You know, I did a lot of talking, but hey, O'Shea, back it up.
Okay. And if you can back it up, you can talk. But you better be able to back it up.
You better.
So I like Tyreek's confidence. At this moment, I don't love his bravado because of what they're up against. I think Tennessee is a quiet force. I think they're being a little underestimated, a little underrated. You think that Kansas City is being a little underappreciated with the point spread, but this team all of a sudden has caught quiet fire because on defense, Tennessee, if you look at their body of work for the whole year, they're average. They're middle of the pack.
Yeah, they are.
But to your point, they just went up to Belichick and Brady and held them to 13. And I know Brady's offense has struggled all year, but still, to go up there in Foxborough in a playoff game and hold them to 13.
That's a top 5 scoring offense.
Yep, that's pretty great.
Yeah.
And then to go to the number 1 offense and hold them to 12 points.
12.
You're doing something right.
And the MVP.
Yep.
Lamar gonna be the MVP.
He is runaway MVP.
Yes.
And to your point, back week 10, Sunday, it's November 10th, at Tennessee. Somehow, Tennessee beat you 35-32. And you talked yesterday about they got some bad breaks and they got a field goal blocked at the end of the game and this happened and that happened and this happened. But the final score, Tennessee knows it won 35-32.
They know that.
And Tennessee knows it got down to my homeboy 10-0.
Yep.
And Tennessee knows it got down 22-20 going to the fourth quarter. And then my homeboy scored again. It was 29-20 with 8 minutes left in the game when he hit McCole Hardman for 63 yards and a touchdown. And you would think that would be right?
Yep, I thought that was a death blow.
29-20.
Yep.
And guess what Ryan Tannehill and company do? They go on a 15-3 run down the stretch to win the game. They go on a 10-play, 75-yard drive to cut it to 29-27, and then Kansas City, my homeboy, he drives down, and it got to be 3rd and 8 at the Tennessee 21. This is the game on the line. This is 3:24 left. If he does what he often does, if he completes one to Tyreek, they're going to win this football game. They stopped the play, okay? So they weren't unstoppable on that play.
Yeah.
Somebody guarded Tyreek on that play. Something went wrong because they were forced to kick a field goal there. So now they're only up 32-27, and here comes, of all people, Ryan Tannehill. 4 plays, 61 yards, and hits little Adam Humphries for 23 to win the game. And again, Kansas City got a 52-yard field goal at the buzzer blocked.
Right.
Okay, so they did that.
So in order for you to kick field goals, what that means, Skip? Somebody stopped you.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, so Tennessee is coming in with quiet, under the radar confidence. I think they're physically, mentally tough. They're well coached, and they believe in what they're doing because it keeps working on the road.
Any man or any woman that beats someone in something feels confident they can do it again.
Yep.
That's just the way the mind is wired. And so Tennessee beat you. They believe they can beat you again. They believe they have the formula to use, because the same formula they used against New England, they ran the football down their throat. The same formula. They ran it down Baltimore's throat. And you remember Derrick Henry? He ran for $188 against you.
He did. That was sort of the first glimpse of, he can do that.
That's true.
And what did he have? Like, over the last 8 games, he ran for over 1,200 yards?
Three straight plus 180s.
Yeah. Man. 3 straight.
Yeah.
And again, if you can do that, you can help keep a quote-unquote middle-of-the-pack defense off the field.
Exactly. They're fresh. Right? They don't get worn down. I mean, so you got your work cut out for them. I expect them to play well because they do have – Skip, I get it. They got a lot of weapons. When Sammy Watkins, who probably ran 4.45 coming out, is your slowest receiver, You got a guy that's run sub 4.3. You got another guy that ran like 4.31, 4.34. You got Marcus Robinson that's probably high 4.3, low 4.4s. You got Travis Kelce, arguably one of the two best tight. Ain't no arguing.
I think he's the best pass-catching tight end.
He and George Kittle. I think it's he and George Kittle, and then whoever you want in that third and fourth. I'm not going to fight you over it. They're loaded. You got the guy that's pulling the trigger. Offensive line does a great job of protecting him.
They do.
So
and they better do it again.
That's the thing, though, Skip. If you do not get pressure on this kid, you're gonna pick you apart.
Yep.
Because he's right. You can't give him that kind of time to just sit back there and just pat the ball. Okay, Tyreek's run everybody off. Harmon's run everybody off. Oh, they singling Kelce one-on-one. Okay, Kelce, here, take it. You can't do that. They're going to have to get pressure. And you might have to take unnecessary risk and blitz him a couple of times, Skip. And, you blitz, you're going to leave some of these pieces one-on-one. But just, hey, just hold on, and hopefully we can get there. But
somehow you better tackle number 22.
No, you better tackle it before he gets started.
Yeah.
Because it's too late if he gets 10, 12 yards down the field.
I saw Anthony Hitchens, once a Dallas Cowboy, talking yesterday for the Chiefs, saying you have to get his legs. You have to take his legs out from under him, because if you don't, if you try to get him up high, you're just going to bounce off and he's going to keep going.
It's too big.
Well, it's a nice idea to get his legs. Now go do that.
Yeah.
Right?
You must make him check or start it, Skip. You got to make him check those feet. You can't let him just get the ball and everybody just start letting him get going. If he gets going to the line of scrimmage, Skip, and you hadn't made him change directions, well, he's going to already fall for 7. So now it's 2nd and 3. They're going to give it to him again. Now it's first down.
So I know Tyreek is feeling real good about himself, feeling full of himself. But the point was, they were down 24-0. Now, they had one of the most lightning comebacks in the history of sports.
Fair.
But they were down 24-0 at home.
Yeah. I don't know if there's another team that can score 28 points in nine and a half minutes.
There is not.
That is true, though, the way that one went down.
So you feel confident, Skip. Man, you know what we did? We scored on 7 straight possessions.
Yep.
We were down 24. We got next 4 possessions. We had the ball. We got 28 points. So they feel confident they can go get the points. But you got to have the ball. Because I don't look at Kansas City defense as a defense that takes the ball away, Skip, that, we going to get us a pick 6 or a scoop and score. But you gave Frank Clark a ton of money.
You did.
For this game. You signed Suggs for this game.
You did.
You gave Honey Badger.
You did.
For this game. That's what you pay. Skip, when you start, this is what you pay them for. For games like this.
This is it. This is a game they should win at home.
Hey, my homeboy.
Yep.
But my homeboy legacy is about to start, Skip. Because, he already got that MVP. Super Bowl MVP, regular season MVP by year 3.
You put a little pressure on him.
Did you just predict Super Bowl MVP?
Skip. All I said was, look, that'll be a very...
Can they just win this
Who have an
one
impressive
first?
resume like that?
I'm looking forward to the official game predictions from both of you guys tomorrow. I don't know. This is going to be a good one.
I can't wait to see what his contract going to look like in the offseason. I don't think Clark Hunt, I don't know, give us a hometown discount. I'm thinking something in the 200 million range. Is that what you think, Skip? First $40 million quarterback.
I think 300 million.
No.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jeez.
They ain't getting that baseball money now, Skip. They're going to get some good money.
We're not there yet. Not baseball money.
No mercy.
The Lakers had their 9-game winning streak snapped against the Magic last night. LeBron scored 19 points and also dished out a career-high 19 assists, but it wasn't enough as Markelle Fultz had a triple-double for Orlando. LeBron had a chance to tie the game late, but missed a 3 with 4 seconds to give LA their first loss since Christmas. And we're now joined by Fox Sports NBA analyst Chris Broussard. Good morning, Chris. I would like to know a letter grade for you when you're looking at LeBron and his performance last night.
Well, first, can I give Aaron Gordon and Markelle Fultz an A?
Yes, you may.
Gordon has some of the greatest dunks, of the season.
The dunk contest, too.
And for Markelle as well, yeah.
Yes. All right, so LeBron, this is tough because he obviously did some great things, career-high 19 assists, and he did some not-so-great things. I'm going to give him a C. I hate to use that grade, but I'm going to give him a C.
That's what I gave it.
All right. First of all, the 19 career assists, he was incredible as a playmaker. No question about it. And I think, thinking about LeBron's mentality, he's always thinking strategically. I think he may have been thinking mediocre opponent, 9-game win streak. Let me get the other guys. We're going to need Quinn Cook perhaps down the line. We're going to need, obviously, KCP, Troy Daniels. Yeah, we might need him to come in and hit some threes.
Jared Dudley.
There you go. He didn't feed Dudley as much. All right.
But Doug hit that 3 on him, though.
The previous... I just don't want Dudley to put it on the floor. If he's sitting at the line, I'm all right. But those other 3 guys all got double-figure shots. So I think he was getting them involved. And Jordan used to do this too. Sometimes not shoot as much early, try to take over late. I think that was LeBron's thinking. And even in the fourth, he had some good assists.
Yes.
The one to Quinn Cook to bring him with the point with like 4 minutes left. The one to McGee for the dunk late. Okay. And then he hit a couple threes in the fourth too. Defensively, he was one of many Lakers who was just... I don't expect him to keep Markelle Fultz in front of him.
Right.
But Aaron Gordon was able to get by him too. So defensively he struggled. My biggest problem was the 2 late turnovers in the fourth. The 4 minutes and then about a minute later. The travel, the bad pass. Those were the biggest problems I had with what LeBron did. He had 9 points in the fourth, 5 assists. I know he only shot 3 for 9, but the J's off. That it is what it is. The dunk... It happens. I mean, it happens.
It happens to
Do
everybody.
I think he can't dunk anymore?
It happens to Jared Dudley.
Do we think he can't dunk anymore? I mean, come on, it happens. All right, it was a bad. You in hindsight, you say, hey, you lay it up. That's a big basket. Maybe that's
because guess what would happen, Chris? Had LeBron laid that ball up, somebody said, I ain't gonna call no name, but he's sitting across from me. Would have said, he can't dunk anymore. I remember back in the day, Michael Jordan would have tomahawked
Right. So I don't have a problem with that. The missed 3, good move to get the look, right? Good couple nice pump fake.
Yeah.
And like a lot of his threes, because I think he missed his first 6 or 7, something like that. It was on line. A lot of his threes were right on line, back of the rim or in and out. And this was back of the rim, front of the rim, out.
Yeah.
It happened. You miss game winners. He took it with confidence.
Look good, too.
Yeah, look good.
I
got no issue with that. You missed it. You missed it. So I think the bigger picture, though, what's in the grand scheme, what's more important? Getting Quinn Cook, Troy Daniels, and these guys confidence up and thinking, okay, we can be players if they need us, or beating Orlando on a Wednesday in January.
Sounds like you're trying to push it up to a B.
No, I thought about a C+. I thought about a C+, but
Okay, so he goes C+. What is LeShannon?
You already know what I gave. I'm just upset that he ruined I had something special. I've been waiting on this. I waited a whole week. I ordered it. And I was going to bring it out here today, and LeBron got to put it on ice. But it'll be back Monday, because I think they're going to beat the Rockets on Saturday, so I'll be able to bring it out here.
Really building it up for Monday.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I'll be able to bring that thing out here on Monday.
Monday is an NFL day on this show.
Yes, it is.
That's a big game, though, the Rockets.
What did LeBron go for a 50-point triple-dub? Because I put that call in. I'll put a call in and say, LeBron hit a 50-point triple-dub on it.
Really, you can just do it automatically?
Yeah.
You can just ask and you shall receive?
Just like my homeboy going to throw for 400. But anyway.
Why don't you ask him to dunk it? I just want to hear it. Just say, please dunk.
Now, you'll see the body bag. Now, when he body bagged the guy earlier this year, why you picking on little Bellinets?
He can't win
Bielitsa.
Bielitsa.
You like, why are you picking on him? You know he can't jump. But anyway.
Well, he can't.
Skip, you already know, I gave him a C. And then for the very same reason, Skip, I thought, he walks a very fine line, a very tight rope, from trying to get guys too involved and going too long. He didn't take a shot in the first quarter. That's only the 3rd time in his career, and that's the first time since 2006. We in 2020. Let that sink in for a second, Skip, how long that's been. And I think it threw him off his rhythm. Right. Because, LeBron is like most NBA shooters. They're rhythm guys. It's hard. Just imagine you tell a quarterback, we don't want you to throw any passes in the first quarter. But then we want you to come light it up for the rest of the game. No, that's not how it works. And so LeBron's rhythm was thrown off. I thought he had some great looks. They going up on the screens. He has no choice. The 3-ball, I'm sure it felt good. It looked good from where I was sitting, but it just didn't go in. 19 assists. I say 18. I ain't gonna count that last one. Yeah, they were down 4, so I mean, okay, he got 19, but it really.
Quinn wanted those points. Hey.
That looked good. but when you're talking about LeBron James, you're talking about the creme de la creme. He's at the top of the mountain. He's on Olympus. And so you have to hold him to the highest standard. You have to, the harsher critique is for the best players. And he didn't get it done last night. You can't even you can't start out by the 8 with losing. So I don't care how well he played, you lost the game. But I give him a C, because I know LeBron can play better. The turnovers, he started early in the game, turned the ball over. He tried to go behind his back on one, he bounced it off his shoe. And I thought that started it, because it seemed like in the first quarter, everybody was just turning the ball over, was just careless with the basketball. And that's one of the things they have to guard against, is turning the ball over. I thought some late defensive rotations, JaVale and Dwight Howard not getting out on guys with a 3-point shot. But I'm not concerned about that, because we got 33 wins right now. Skip and I got 5 cases to do on 56 wins. So I'm looking at something like 61, 62 wins.
So it's my turn, and somebody on this panel is going to have to be objective today, so it falls on my shoulders once again.
Whatever.
I am going to correctly give LeBron for last night's performance, especially the fourth quarter, a D as in dog, because I am grading on the strictest, highest order, because I just heard Mount Olympus, creme de la creme.
Yeah!
I heard best player on the planet earlier in the show. So how can I not give him a D for that dog of a performance last night in the fourth
dog
quarter?
of a performance with 19 assists.
19 assists.
Fourth quarter. He continues to close my case, my longtime case. He is not a closer. The great irony, the fascinating irony of last night was, I've said from the start, the closer for the 2020 Los Angeles Lakers has to be Kyle Kuzma. Somehow he is being rejected, even though we saw him explode on Friday night at Dallas and explode with no AD and no LeBron on Saturday night at Oklahoma City. Explode, because he is capable and he's fearless and he loves the fourth quarter spotlight, but you have to feed him and get him rolling, and you have to live with an occasional missed, jacked up shot, because that's who he is and what he will be.
Last night was an occasional miss, huh?
Would you believe Kyle Kuzma played 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter and got up 0 shots last night? That's all you need to know.
Played too many minutes.
For the record, LeBron James took 9 shots in the fourth quarter last night, which were 4 more than any other player on either team on the floor last night, which jacked up LeBron's fourth quarter total for the season to 228 fourth quarter shot attempts. That is by far number 1 in the whole NBA. That's 17 clear of second, James Harden at 211, just for the record. So he's trying to close, and he is failing to close repeatedly, and this time it came against yet another sub-500 team, even though the Magic have improved. They've won 6 of their last 8 games. And yet last night they didn't have Evan Fournier and
DJ Augustine.
Nor DJ. And here they came, and they go up 20, then here come the Lakers, whoosh, back. And now it's a seesaw game in the fourth quarter, and I'm going to give LeBron credit for this, because it was a typical fourth quarter from LeBron, because, to Chris's point, he did, with 10:03 left, he nailed a big 3. It was at the end of the clock. I love him at the end of the clock. There's no decision to be made. He knows, okay, now I got to shoot this one, and he shoots it with conviction, and he made it. That put them up 1. Then he makes a driving layup, which I didn't see again the whole rest of the fourth quarter, scoop shot with his left hand because he's ambidextrous, and that put them up 3. And then here we went down the stretch. 8:43, if we could see this. He missed a 3 when they were up 1. And then we go to 8:15, and this is the all-time embarrassing moment of the night. Here we go. He gets the baseline, and he gets blocked by the side of the rim. What?
Skip,
come on. What are you doing?
Have anybody else
Here we go.
Another
missed 3 when they were up 4. Then 6:54 left. He's going to force a shot over here in the left corner, and he misses a 13-footer. They're up 4 at that point, so that could have been a death knell right there. Yeah. Then we got the travel Chris talked about. He just took off running with the ball. I think you have to dribble when you run with it. Whatever. And then we got another big missed 3. They're down 2 at that point, 3:35. Then we're going to go to 2:30, and this is the second turnover. At least he was trying to get it to Kyle Kuzma, who was completely blanketed, and there we go. And then here we go again, the worst late-game superstar free throw shooter ever. He clanks the first one when they were down 2. And then finally we get to the end of the game. Oh, he made one. That was a big shot.
Put a lot of work into that.
And then look at this. LeBron's got Markel, and he just gets...
Man, you saw Vucevic set a pick.
He just got schooled by Markel Fultz. He can't
Fultz.
stay in front of him.
Not Fultz.
And then finally, we get the game winner, and Chris said it was right on line.
It was.
I think it was wide left. I think it was wide left.
Yeah.
And LeBron's going, whoo, like that was almost
that looked good for me.
Skip, wait,
Chris, you've been covering NBA how long?
25 years.
25 years. So that's a quarter century. Has Michael Jordan ever missed a dunk?
Yes.
He has.
I don't know if he's gotten hung on the rim, but he's missed dunks. Okay. And he probably has gotten hung on the rim.
Shannon Sharpe, if you can find me video of Michael Jordan getting blocked by the rim where he shorts it.
Hey, DJ, hold on. Hey, DJ. Uh-oh. DJ.
Blocked by the rim.
Oh, look at this right here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait.
I told you back
but
iron.
A miss is a miss.
I told you back iron.
Oh!
Is it because he couldn't get up over the rim? No.
So do you really believe LeBron can't dunk anymore?
Okay,
this is
LeBron,
good.
that was a year 17 dunk where you get blocked by the side of the rim.
And Michael Jordan, that's probably about year 6 right now.
What did I tell you to open the show? Michael has missed some on the back iron where he just slams it too hard.
And you remember when Michael was in Washington?
I'm sure he missed some in Washington.
He wasn't dunking. He was just laying it up.
Okay,
Couldn't
but that
dunk.
was at the end of his career. Now we got an age 35 LeBron in year 17.
And
I thought
we
hit
had
year 17. So you can't look at the age, you got to look at the years of play.
I totally agree.
Here's where LeBron's at a disadvantage in these conversations with Jordan, Magic, Bird, and all that. This is a Wednesday night in January, the dog days of the NFL, NBA, against a mediocre team, and we're critiquing his last 6 minutes. Jordan, obviously there weren't shows like this. There weren't radio shows like this when Jordan was doing it. So we don't remember, let alone Magic and Bird. We don't remember the horrible games, the big misses at the end of games and things like that.
Point against
but
Seattle
we know all about LeBron.
We don't remember that.
Oh, right. He had some bad shooting performances in the finals, MJ.
Occasionally he did. He was also the greatest closer I ever saw.
Agreed.
And I actually covered his Bulls in Chicago, so I was there.
I'll give you that. No doubt.
We're not debating how great a closer he was, but this notion that he never lost, he never missed a shot, he never missed a dunk. There's where the problem with you and me, we separate.
Okay, but he missed a game-winning shot in Game 5 at the United Center in Chicago against Utah in that final Bull run in 1998. And then what did he do? He went to Utah, and Scotty was sick as a dog, and they didn't think he could play a Game 7, which was going to be at Utah. And what did Michael do? That.
Yeah.
Held the pose, right?
And then look,
and there was a little of that.
He's the GOAT. He did the Heisman first.
I agree.
The Heisman first.
Okay, he did the Heisman pose. I got that, but it worked.
Kyle Rudolph, they should have threw the flag on him. Like Kyle Rudolph pushed old boy down in New Orleans.
Yeah. Did he swish the shot?
He did. He did.
I just appreciate that our viewers are tweeting in some videos to just help you out.
That was a viewer. Yeah.
Oh, that came from a viewer?
I'm pretty sure it came from a viewer.
I liked it because it made my point. He back ironed a dunk.
He missed the dunk. It made my point. He missed it.
Shannon, you got the viewers on your side.
Yeah.
You know what? You just stay on Twitter.
Chris, appreciate you being here. We'll see you back here soon. Aaron Rodgers is looking to get back to his first Super Bowl in 9 years, but it won't be easy against a 49ers defense that limited him to just 104 yards earlier this season. Still, Niners coach Kyle Shanahan is warning his team not to take the Packers lightly, especially Rodgers. Shanahan even told reporters, quote, "There's probably not anybody on the planet who throws better than him." Shannon, do you agree with that statement?
It's hard to disagree. I got to agree with old Kyle. Aaron, I told you, I played with some greats, went to the Pro Bowl with a lot of greaters. And the best one I'd seen up until Rodgers was Marino. But I'm going to have to get an edge to old A-Rod.
Right now?
Right now, he's back.
I just had to hear you just gush about my homeboy.
Well, listen, wait. I'm going to get to that. But I'm going to give my homeboy another couple of years because my homeboy tried to change my mind. I don't like to change my mind. I like to when something is etched in stone, I like to leave it.
You are like
But now my homeboy trying to get me to get my chisel and hammer out and start, and etch something else in stone.
Really?
But right now, Skip, he's still spinning. And it was on full display Sunday night. You saw it. Them throws to Devontae Adams, that huge third down, that one to Geronimo Allison, that's his back foot, Skip. He threw that on his back foot. And the double clutch pump to Jimmy Graham. only a handful of guys could ever make those throws. Skip, he happens to be one of them. He can still spin it. He can still make every throw. He can still make the throws on the move. And that's what sets him apart from a lot of the other quarterbacks. A lot of the quarterbacks can make throws like he make from a stationary in the pocket, level platform, but he can do it under duress on the move, left and right. But my homeboy is coming. But right now, because Rodgers has been able to do it longer, I'm going to give a slight nod at Rodgers throwing the football a little better. But I'm not taking Rodgers over my homeboy. I want to make that abundantly clear. I want to make this crystal clear, because sometimes I think people get it confused because I do like Aaron Rodgers, and I think he's unbelievable. Patrick, my homeboy, is the best quarterback in football, and if I get one quarterback, they say, Shannon, you get one quarterback for the next 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, or 10 years, I want my homeboy. So are we clear on that, Skip?
Future. Got it.
It's a little foggy to me.
It ain't foggy to you.
Yeah, a little foggy, but
At least you put it out there.
I think I get it. So what was Kyle Shanahan supposed to say when he got asked about this? Aaron's in decline. Do you think he's
That's
going to say
what you do all the time.
Because the stats just scream a 3-year decline.
No.
And again, I sort of get what you're talking about. Greatest thrower of the football ever. You stand by that, right?
Yeah.
Ever. So that's for posterity's
No,
sake.
Skip, hold on.
Okay, no, but let's look back. If we go all past tense, he's the greatest thrower of the football ever.
Yes.
The reason I have some problem with that is the GOAT of quarterbacks is Tom Brady. So how can he not be the greatest thrower of the football ever? Because I've never seen a sweeter thrower of the football. I know it was real close between him and Montana.
So let me ask you a question. Who had the better jump shot? Steph Curry or Michael Jordan? Who's the better of the players? So two things can be true.
Okay, I'm going to give you this, except they play exactly. See, Michael didn't play Steph's position, but we're doing quarterback to quarterback, apple to apple. Right. And to my eye, the greatest thrower of the football I've ever seen, and I know all about Dan Marino and John Elway and Brett Favre, it was Tom Brady.
Stop it.
Come on, you want to talk about deadly accurate, under pressure, clutch performances, throwing the sweetest, most catchable passes I've ever seen? I will give you this. Aaron Rodgers is the most spectacular thrower of the football I've ever seen. If you want highlight plays, like wow plays, I get that. But we've obviously all heard of Bigfoot. Well, right now, Aaron Rodgers has turned into back foot. He's back foot. Like in decline, everything's off the back foot, and it looks spectacular because the throw to Devontae, it's a back foot throw that nobody, Tom House, the guru of throwing, he would unteach that throw because that's not how you're supposed to do it.
Right.
But it looks spectacular the way he does it.
But see, that's why he's able to do things that Brady can't, because Brady still has to step and throw the ball.
Okay, I got it. And once upon a time, when Aaron could move and would move, because now he's a little afraid of the contact.
He still can move. Stop.
Okay, some he moves, but not much anymore.
No.
But the point is, when Aaron could run, he was devastating because it was hard to defend him both ways because he's going to try the spectacular throw and oftentimes get away with it.
Right.
And he's going to gash you with a 15-yard run on 3rd and 14. But now he can't do that. So what did I see Sunday night? I saw a flashback. I saw a blast from the past. I saw the old Aaron emerge. Again, a lot of back foot throws, but on 10-yard passes, 10 or more, he was 6 of 6 for 145. Well, the whole year this year, he's been awful on throwing the ball up the field because if we go 20-plus yard passes on his completion percentage, he ranked 27th in the league. So he's been awful on longer passes this year.
I know a guy that was worse than that, but I ain't going to bring his name up.
Okay, but we're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
You know, who Kyle is saying probably. He did put the probably in front.
He probably is.
Probably the.
But he knows the guy that he's probably going to have to face if he gets by the Packers and the other team gets by the Titans.
Woo! So I thought the NFL.com story had an interesting stat in their deep research by Cynthia Freeland that they did. Film breakdown. Aaron Rodgers had the most time to throw of any quarterback all season this year in the NFL. Average 3.8 seconds per time throwing attempt. That's pretty great. And yet he ranked...
A lot of times he's buying time because he can move around.
Oh, I don't think he moves much at all. Yet he finished 18th in QBR, and he finished 23rd in completion percentage. Well, they don't go 2 + 2 = 0 is what it equals. Like you're not being able to cash in on the time. It's
I
not about my guy.
I like doing what about isms.
Yeah.
What about your guy?
Yeah. Well, this isn't a what about. It's what was. It
still is.
Yeah.
Even he's in decline. Just what I don't understand. Aaron Rodgers is how old, Skip? 36.
36.
Yeah.
36. Mm-hmm. Now Aaron Rodgers is 36. He's in decline. But he had a better completion percentage, a better QBR, a better yards per attempt, better touchdown to interception ratio than a guy that's 42, but the guy that's 42 is still trending upwards. I'm confused.
The only way that you can fight back on this is to make it about Tom Brady.
But I'm just saying.
Who, by the way, has won 6 Super Bowls to Aaron's 1.
And the thing I love about Coach Belichick, he says none of those Super Bowls has anything to do with this season.
Yeah.
And we found that out. Because he looked like he did this season, like he looked in his last Super Bowl. Remember Skip Bayless? 0 touchdowns and an interception. His last playoff game against the Titans, 0 touchdowns and an interception. So we see a reoccurring theme, Skip.
No, we see a reoccurring no help for Tom Brady because did he have a Devontae Adams? Help me out. Did you see one? Julian Edelman is broken down shell of himself.
Skip, we are what we repeatedly do. Therefore, it's not a singular act. It is a habit. Now, what we've seen in the last 2 playoff games from you know who, Skip? Come on now, talk to me, Skip.
I'll talk to you. He went 5 for 5 in the game-winning drive to win the Super Bowl, and he should have been the MVP of the Super Bowl because of it.
Whoa.
That was the 6th one. He's 6-3 in Super Bowls. Aaron is 1 for 1, but he's only got 1. It was 10 years ago.
Whoa. The GOAT's supposed to be, hold on. I thought you told me GOAT's supposed to be undefeated in championship games. Now, that's what you say. That's what Michael Jordan. Say nobody can pass Michael Jordan because he's unbeaten and untied in championship games. Now to go to 6-3, he's still GOAT.
If Belichick's defense hadn't let him down against Eli in the first Eli Super Bowl and hadn't let him down woefully against Nick Foles, the backup quarterback for the Eagles.
Okay, I want to give you the Eagles, but they gave up 17 points. Coach Belichick says I can't get the GOAT can't get me 15 points against Tennessee.
The GOAT got you a 14-10 lead with 2 minutes to go in the game.
Let that sink in for a second. 14-10. My defense gave up 17 points and we caught an L.
And then gave up an 85-yard touchdown drive to Eli Manning.
14.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, let that sink in. Coach Belichick says I gave up first Super Bowl I won. I gave up 17 points to the greatest show on turf, and we won that game. And you threw 1 touchdown.
Yeah, but he was really good at the end of that game.
Oh my! So now, so it's about moments now.
Yeah.
At first, LeBron James can't get a moment. LeBron James go on a hot streak, scored 28 straight against Detroit. You remember that game, Skip?
All I know is I expect 4 touchdown passes from Aaron Rodgers on Sunday at San Francisco because he's the GOAT, man. Right. He's it.
So
greatest thrower ever.
Why didn't Tom give us that against Tennessee?
Well, again, if you gave him Devontae and Jimmy Graham, he would have.
Stop it. Okay.
Start it.
Okay, he had Gronk, he had a healthy Edelman, he had Hogan, he had Sonny Michel and James White. So and against the Rams, he gave us 13 points.
Who won the game?
Oh, so now it's about, Skip, I'm confused. Aaron Rodgers is 13-3 in the regular season, and he won a game.
Tom Brady conducted the game-winning drive in the fourth quarter, as usual.
3 points. Defense gave up 3 points. How many defenses give up 3 points in the Super Bowl?
Somebody had to change the subject to get us off Aaron Rodgers.
Because
this was supposed to be about Aaron Rodgers in decline, Kyle Shanahan blowing smoke.
Shanahan was so
It wasn't about Kyle Shanahan. It didn't say nothing about Rodgers in decline.
He said he has an unbelievable arm.
Thank you.
Unbelievable athleticism.
Unbelievable.
He's not downplaying what happened in November.
No mercy.
Well, Kevin Durant did a Q&A on Twitter yesterday, and when he was asked about the top 5 hardest players to guard, he first listed fellow Finals MVPs LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard. He then added 2 other Clippers, Lou Williams and Paul George, and rounded out his list with Sixers big man Joel Embiid. So, Shannon, what does his list tell you?
They know. They say the players know. That's what everybody look for, the players' top 100. In football, everybody sit around and don't want to know who made the list and who didn't make the list. And I don't know if your guy made the list last year, but they probably do a one-on-one, so he probably make it this year. Oh. But anyway, as I was saying, how can a guy be 35 years of age, washed up, and still be a tough guard? LeBron can't score, he can't shoot. But you know, Skip, there's more to just guarding a player than him scoring on you. LeBron gets others involved. That's very difficult. And KD knows they've had some epic battles. Epic. Because KD was on the court that night when LeBron dropped 51. in a finals game. The most points for a losing player in a finals NBA history. He did that, Skip. Those game threes, even though they lost, LeBron James had virtuosos. Kevin Durant, no. Players, no. Jimmy Butler had a list. What did Jimmy Butler list say, Skip Bayless? Ask anybody. 2-3 gonna be on that list because everybody knows what you refuse to acknowledge. GOAT James has been, is, will forever be that guy. Now, sooner you realize that, Skip, man, it's gonna Skip. Ooh, now you talk about your life. Your life is good now. But once you acknowledge that, you say GOAT James, watch it just like a cloud, just gonna be just removed from you. When you say GOAT James is the greatest.
Interesting. My turn?
Please.
You know, right now, even the rim can guard LeBron James.
Whatever.
The rim can guard him. Could we see that last night? I just got to see it. I just enjoy it so much.
Never let it down.
Can we please see what happened to LeBron last night? He gets loose, and then the rim blocked his shot. LeBron, you got to get the ball over the rim. Oh, God, that was a rejection.
Whatever.
That was like a JaVale rejection, right? Way to go. That rim might make the All-Star team, right?
Whatever.
Yeah. So, what did we learn from KD's list? And we know that Kevin Durant went to LeBron's house back-to-back NBA Finals and showed up LeBron by showing out in his house by taking over a Game 3 in back-to-back years to win Finals MVP both times. So we know KD is qualified to rank.
Yeah.
You know, because he is the best player on the planet.
No, stop doing that.
Well, he is, but nobody realizes that right now because he's out of sight, out of mind.
Nobody realized when he was in sight.
They knew. So it was interesting he posts this list, and so I'm looking at the list, and I'm thinking, Kawhi Leonard's on this list. He plays for the Clippers.
Yeah.
Paul George is on this list, and he plays for the Clippers. Fifth player on this list is Lou Williams. He plays for the Clippers. Kevin Durant ranked 3 out of 5 Los Angeles Clippers. That should be horrifying to Shannon Sharpe and to LeBron James.
It ain't.
Because AD is not one of the 5 hardest to guard. LeBron is, I'll give you that. Way to go, LeBron. But 3 out of 5 are Clippers. I was stunned by that.
How many of those Clippers make Jimmy Bucket's list?
Well, I think I'll take Kevin Durant's list over Jimmy Bucket's list.
So now you try to see what you try to do, Skip. Now you try to minimize Jimmy Bucket.
I'm not trying to do anything.
You try to minimize. Hey, Jimmy Bucket.
This is the best player on the planet. He says these are the 5 hardest to guard.
Who's a better defender, Kevin Durant or Jimmy Buckets?
I don't know. Kevin Durant was campaigning a year ago before the season started when he was healthy. He wanted to be Defensive Player of the Year.
Well, hell, Cory Booker and Kamala Harris were campaigning to be president. How'd that work out?
Has Jimmy Butler been Defensive Player of the Year? I don't think so.
Has Kevin Durant been Defensive Player of the Year?
Sometimes I think Jimmy talks a better defensive game than he plays.
Jimmy Bucket's. So Jimmy Bucket can't play defense now.
No, he's pretty good, but I don't know if he's that guy.
Yeah, he that good.
Yeah.
See, there you go. See, now, because he had LeBron first, and now you want to minimize
He didn't have anybody. He just said in no particular order. He didn't have LeBron first.
No particular order. LeBron.
Okay. All right, he did mention LeBron first, but he said, I'm not ranking them in order.
LeBron, okay, well, he should have said something else then.
So,
what's your favorite color?
So you
in no particular order, blue.
You have not commented yet on Kawhi, Paul George, Lou Williams.
Skip, they're unbelievable covers.
Whoa.
I mean, Lou Williams is an instant bucket. Paul George has elevated his game from an all-star to an all-NBA player once he got to OKC. He's playing with a lot of confidence.
Yep.
Kawhi Leonard, he's a 2-time Finals MVP, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. So I'm not here to debate. That's that man's list. So I'm going to take his word for it. He say they're tough covers, but I know what GOAT James is.
So you got Kawhi and Paul George on a list of toughest to cover when they can cover you.
No, they can't.
Like crazy. They can bother LeBron.
Paul George already know what we do to him.
No.
And Kawhi knows.
That was when he was flying solo at Indy. He's got help now.
You Skip, remember when we was solo when we was flying solo also, and we gave him that work? We gave him that work.
So obviously, Kevin, Jimmy Butler, they're paying sort of career achievement.
You see what you see, Jenny.
Career achievement. It's like, well, we got to honor LeBron. It's like a
It's not
career
the
achievement
end.
award.
It's not the end.
It's like what Tom Hanks got at the Golden Globes the other night. You know, we got to give you an award for something because you're a career
We
great.
don't need the Cecil B. DeMille Award or whatever
Tom
that
Hanks, different league of his own.
You know,
There you go. He was in a league of his own.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Yeah, thank you.
And the Road to Perdition and a lot of other things too.
well.
Philadelphia might have been some of his best work.
Big.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, but anyway, Skip, baby.
I like that thing you do. That
Ooh, I like that one
Ooh,
too.
it was really
Skip,
good.
at some point in time, you got to give Skip just a little bit of acknowledgement. Kevin
I
Ray,
get
you
it.
love it.
And yet, you know what?
What?
The acknowledgement is actually an indictment of your guy because I still give you, he should be one of the 5 hardest to guard.
He is.
But are they talking about shooting jumpers? No, they're talking about freight training to the basket. Because when he freight trains on Kevin Durant, Kevin can't stop him. Kevin's 7 feet tall with like a 7'7" wingspan.
Okay.
And he can't deal with him because LeBron is too big, strong, quick, powerful.
You got the guard.
And he's ambidextrous at the rim. But I don't see him attack the rim very often. Sometimes late in games, he doesn't want to go clank those free throws like we saw him clank last night.
First of all, Skip, look, we're shooting a career low from the free throw line. I get that. But also, Skip, we're going to the line a career low. So,
I told you what's happening subliminally. The refs are not respecting
their
him.
job.
They're not respecting him because he can't make late game free throws. James makes his like crazy.
Well,
so
why
they
did he make
say,
it last
we'll
night?"
send you to the free throw line because you cash them in.
What about the other night? 13 of 37. Last night, what was it? Caught an L, Portland.
Oh, James Harden.
Yes, James
and by
Harden.
the way, I thought it was significant. James is not on Kevin's list of hardest to guard. And a lot of people believe he's the greatest offensive player in history.
Yeah,
Okay?
he definitely got to be on the list.
Okay, so guess who is on the list we haven't talked about? My guy, Joel Embiid. I love Joel Embiid, and Kevin's
Kevin
acknowledging
dude, 300 pounds.
Okay, but he's acknowledging he is difficult to deal with.
But let me ask you a question. If they'd have had this, say, back in, say, from 93 until 2003, who do you think would have been the toughest guard? Shaq. Because ain't nobody backing you. The dude was 7'1", 325.
Okay, so he's saying Embiid's that guy.
Yes.
All right, I'll accept that.
But you can't be that guy if you get 0 points in a game.
Well, to me, he got on this list ahead of James Harden, and that might be a little hard for James to swallow.
Yeah. I guess I don't think, look, I appreciate James' game. And, I think is he a ball hog? Yes. But, Skip, the stuff that he's doing, I ain't think anybody ever do that. I ain't think I see somebody. Once I saw Jordan go for 37 in a season, I ain't like ain't nobody ever gonna get that close again. But James Harden is gonna threaten 40 a game.
Yeah, but there's some nights when he can't buy a 3, and when that happens, you got a chance.
But there's some nights he can't miss a 3.
Can't miss a 3.
And he might get 75 on you.
I agree, but last night, boy, he looked like he was in a skunk funk to me.
He was.
Ooh, he was not happy.
But that's okay. But long as my guy on the list. My guy made the list.
Yep. He gets honored by everybody.
That's all you worry about.
So what about what we doing about the 11 assists a game? Is that a career achievement?
It's not, he didn't rank best point guard.
I just asked you a
and
question.
By the way, he made it real clear. Kyrie's not on this list, but he said when healthy, Kevin said he's the best point guard. Okay?
I don't want to know about all that.
Because Kyrie was on Jimmy Bucket's list.
Oh, yeah. Well, Kyrie is ridiculous.
Okay.
He got the best handles, and we've seen Steph Curry, we've seen Isaiah, James Harden can pat the rock, but can't nobody do what Kyrie can do with the rock.
I would agree with that. So Kevin might be in a little hot water with Kyrie and James Harden, his former teammate.
Did you hear what Kyrie said last night? Kyrie said we need a few more pieces. Skip Bayless, he said, whoa.
You know where he learned that from? He learned it from LeBron James.
That's why I brought that up. Because I wanted you to see, now LeBron is getting blamed for something Kyrie said, in which he said 4 years ago.
And today, Kyrie will say, well, that's what LeBron always said.
That was 4 years ago, Skip.
Yep, we're at the Super Bowl in Houston.
Not gonna go away.
No mercy.
We are now joined by Eagles breakout rookie running back Miles Sanders. So good to have you with us. Thank you for joining the show. I was thinking about it. Coming on to Undisputed, knowing this guy, big Cowboys fan, take me into the mindset and preparation in joining us.
It's exciting, man. This is a big opportunity for me, all this stuff is new to me and exciting at the same time. So
he tried to butter us up a little bit, mix me up. He brought us his hoodie here. You can see this. Can you
Run,
look this
booby.
up? Run,
Yeah.
booby, run, which is your sort of slogan, right?
I like it.
Way to go. We
Yeah,
like that.
My mom came up with that, so
Did
we
she?
just
Okay,
made them into
that's cool.
some
And
T-shirts.
she still lives in your hometown of Pittsburgh, Swissvale neighborhood, right?
Okay.
And if this were green, I would not wear it, but I will wear this proudly.
Thank you very much.
So I must grudgingly admit, you had a really good rookie year. And this is the ultimate compliment I can pay to this man is you scared me as a Cowboy fan because every time you touched the ball, I started thinking, uh-oh, this is not good. Something good is going to happen because you were slashing. So that brings us to Offensive Rookie of the Year. What's your gut feeling on your shot at winning that award?
I think I have a pretty good shot, you know. I mean, with the other guys that's being nominated, you know, there's Josh Jacobs that had a good year too, and Kyler Murray too. So all had great rookie years, but you know, I got a lot of confidence in myself based on the type of production that I gave. Basically, I think in half of a season, with Sproles going down, going on IR, and Jordan Howard going down for the rest of the half of the season.
So you went up with 818 yards. Pretty good.
And your team made the playoffs. Them other guys, they make no playoffs. I mean, A.J. Brown, obviously the receiver from Tennessee. Looking at you, you were big down the stretch. You mentioned all the guys that go on the IR, and you're asked to carry more of the load, run the football and catch the football. And probably your best game was that game against the Cowboys. I just want to know why you took it. Why you slide down? I want you to rub it in. You got to rub it in. You got to put salt in the wound.
That's your first question.
Yes.
Who cares
why
about
did you
that?
slide down? Why? I want to know why.
Because it was smart.
No, it was not.
And it was sportsmanlike.
No, we were in church mode, so it was just get the first down, just go down as soon as we get, so we can run the clock out.
What do you call it?
Church mode. We call it church mode.
Really? I've never heard that one.
I kind of like that.
Have you heard that?
Oh,
no. I'm going in the end zone. Then they're going to be in church. Because there's going to be some shout when I get in the end zone.
I was scared if I got too close, I might just like slipped in there or something.
Nice.
Okay, so do you think you're going to win this award? That's what I want to know. What do you think's happening behind the scenes? Who do you think has the best shot? You've made your case.
I could just say I feel confident in myself, you know, and I just pray to God, you know, I can be blessed with the opportunity, you know, that would be a blessing and a dream come true, so.
Okay, so do you think you should win it over a quarterback? I'm a big Kyler Murray fan, and I thought he had an extraordinary year. Him, not so much. He doesn't believe that. But how can you outdo a quarterback with degree of difficulty that he had for a bad football team, and they won 5 games and tied a game? It's pretty good.
I think you can say just how important those last 4 games were, the little run that we came on, and just knowing that we had to win those 4 games in order to get to the playoffs. So we had to go 4-0. And they were all divisional games, so they weren't easy. We played the Giants twice, which doesn't matter the record or anything. The NFC East is tough, especially defensively. So I think those 4 games were pretty big, and I stepped up pretty well. You know, they asked me to do a lot. They like to find ways to get me the ball, and I've been doing well as far as each game just getting better and better at it. So.
Go ahead. Did you surprise yourself? Because obviously you played somewhat in Saquon's shadow at Penn State, and it's hard to know what you can do at the next level. Were you saying, "Wow, I can do this"?
No, not really. I've been doing this my whole life, you know, and I've just been getting better. I think I have yet to play my best football. I think I got a lot of stuff to improve on, and that's what makes it so special and exciting, that my ego just to get better each day, and that's why the vets love me at the Eagles. So, and I get it from them, you know. I walk in the huddle and I see guys like Zach Ertz, you got Alshon, you got Deshaun Jackson, you got this all-pro offensive line, you got Carson right next to me too. So, and they demand greatness, and it just makes you want to be great. And then I got Darren Sproles in my running back room in my ear, just giving me knowledge and just watching him work, and it's just exciting.
You look at the NFC East, you guys like you, Saquon, Zeke, Adrian Peterson. Obviously, Adrian is fading his way out, but who's the best running back in that division?
I mean, my goal is to definitely be the best. And like I said, I think I had a strong rookie year, but it's just a blessing being talked with those great running backs. You know, with my boy Saquon and Zeke, those are probably one of the top running backs in the league. So it's a blessing just being named with them and being, you know, just mentioned with them. So.
You talked about the guy that you line up in the huddle next to, Carson Wentz. Obviously, the comparison because he and Dak Prescott came out in the same draft class. Who's the better quarterback and why?
I'm going to take my guy 11. You know that. I got all the confidence in him. The thing that I love about him is it doesn't matter who's on the field. He's going to give him confidence.
Doesn't matter, Skip. He didn't have to go get no Amari Cooper.
My guy didn't have Miles Sanders this year.
No, you got Zeke. Oh, so he said Zeke. He's not trying to say Zeke. So you said Zeke's some trash. Huh?
Well, no, I mean, this guy was playing better down the stretch than my guy was playing. I kept telling you that.
You did say that.
Okay? And my guy didn't have Zach Ertz because he is really good at what he does.
Yeah, he is.
And that guy, that's his ultimate security blanket. He just looks for 86. Oh, I'm in trouble.
Well, Miles Sanders said, well, if I'd had Alshon and I'd had D-Jack out there to lift some of that coverage and get couple of those guys out the box, I could have got 1,000 yards.
Well, he did have Aguilar out there, and what happened?
Oh, man, stop playing.
Balls got dropped.
Don't do that.
Right? Yeah.
Man, you saw that video that went viral, how the building was burning down, they were throwing babies, and they were catching the babies, and he was not unlike Nelson Aguilar.
Them Philly fans crazy, man.
They're a league of their own.
Okay, so I want to know, what do you really think of the Cowboys as your division opponent? What happened in the 17-9 game at Philly? Did you guys just know you're better than them? What was your mindset?
I mean, we had confidence going into that game. You know, the big win against the Redskins and the Giants, and coming into, like I said, we knew what we had to do in order to get to the playoffs, and it was win these last 4, but most importantly, beat the Cowboys, and that whole week was just different to me, and just the focus that was all throughout the week, and we had a lot of people just talking, throughout the week, just saying how, like, all the vets talking to us, like, how important this game is, And it was a primetime game, night game, a division on the line. It was exciting, man.
But considering that you guys played early in the year, you went to Dallas, and they bumped you. Mm-hmm. But you felt you had confidence, like, we can beat this team. We're better than this team.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
What did you see in the Cowboy defense or not see? Do you think they're average? Do you think they're gettable? What did you think you could just rip and slash on them?
Oh, no, I think they're a great defense. Basically, I mean, especially the first game when they played us, they played really good. It's not a team where you can really just go side to side on. You got to really just, because they like to go for the quarterback. So that's why we had to, we set up the screens and stuff really well, and the screens work, so, and stuff like that. And play action, then we start running the ball really well, too. So I think that really played well, too.
So will you predict that you're going to beat my team twice next year?
Because Xavier Woods.
Oh, he said absolutely.
Yeah.
Xavier Woods came on here and talked about Cowboys going to the Super Bowl next year.
Mm-hmm. Well, they are.
It's already some bulletin board material.
I ain't the big talker. I mean, I do my talking.
Okay, all right. Well, you do with your feet.
They ain't going to the Super Bowl. Eagles, walk it to him.
We got a new coach, and he's got a big old ring on his finger.
That is true. Some confidence
they
there.
They got walk it to him. Yeah. Hold on. They got a coach who got a big old ring on his finger.
Oh, Fearless?
Yeah. Oh, Dougie P.
Yeah.
Miles.
We had our man Orlando Scandrick. I don't know if you know Orlando, but he was your teammate.
He hating himself. He was hating. Was he hating in the locker room? Hey, Miles, was he hating in the locker room? Did he come there hating?
I ain't gonna get into all that. I don't.
You know he was in the locker room.
I'm a rookie, so I keep my head down in there.
It's a smart move.
But he was hating too, huh?
See, Orlando came on and said a lot of your veterans are living in the past, like they think they're still Super Bowl champs when they have proven nothing this year. That's ahead of the Dallas game, the second game.
Man, I know we proved him wrong by getting to the playoffs. So I think he probably didn't think we were gonna make it. So.
You guys are trying to stir the pot around.
Yeah, he didn't think you were going to make it.
Let Miles do his thing.
He said y'all going to lose to Buffalo. Y'all was going to lose to the Giants. Going to definitely lose to the Cowboys.
He did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, he had a lot to say.
And you know what?
It is what it
is. You proved him wrong.
Was he hating in the locker room? You can tell me.
I don't know, man.
Shannon, stop. You were trying to get the guy to throw him under the bus.
If he was hating on there, he had to be hating in the locker room behind
Miles,
the scenes.
you're handling it the right way as a rookie. Yep. We appreciate you coming on. Thank you for this.
I hate to say this, but this was an Eagle who handled himself with class.
A lot of class.
It's hard for me to say.
It's easy when
you got your mom a car as well. You're doing all the right moves. I loved that move as well. Thank you. Good luck next season. We appreciate you coming on. Antonio Brown is preparing for a boxing match against YouTube star Logan Paul and seems to be taking it pretty seriously. Brown has been working with a former Olympic boxer to train and even posted footage of his workouts to social media. this is an interesting story. Logan Paul is a big star in terms of the YouTube sensation. So, Shannon, good or bad idea?
Well, it's a good idea. Hopefully he can knock some sense into AB head. But in all actuality, Skip, this is a bad idea. First of all, you watch him, you see how straight-legged AB is? It ain't going to end well. I don't know if you're boxing, you know that they box from a crouch, Skip. Knees slightly bent. See how stiff his legs is? He gonna get up out of there. Skip, look, man, someone help me understand. How is this helping AB get back to the NFL?
I don't know.
I thought his number one objective, his number one goal was to get back and get into the NFL. How is this helping? Again, what's he trying to do? Try to appease people. That's gonna have no bearing on whether or not he gets back in the NFL. Oh yeah, AB, you can do it. You can beat him. Man, look, man, leave people alone. Now, this guy's an internet, YouTube star, internet star, but I guess he fights a little bit. Do it. AB, you don't fight, bruh. You don't fight. That's not your genre. Stay in your place. I don't care how small the guy is. He in the MMA, I ain't trying to pick no fight with that man. That man fight for real. He fight for a living. AB, you do this for fun. You think everything is a joke. You think everything is key. Go on in there. I hope you get exactly what you're looking for.
Well, you said somebody help you. Somebody should help AB right now because he needs a lot of help. At least he could do something more credible. If you wanted to box a boxer, even if you want to box Floyd now, at least I'd say, okay, I get that. Like, this is credible.
Right.
But this is a YouTube phenomenon, and I get that.
But he fight, though, Skip. This dude actually fights.
I know he fights.
He's done other YouTube fights.
Okay, I get that, but it's not credible to me because you were a superstar NFL player.
Agree.
And you're going to stoop to this, and it's just more attention-seeking. Watch me. I'm out of the limelight. I'm going to create new limelight.
Skip, you cover the guy. You remember Ed Too Tall Jones?
Do I?
He thought he could box, didn't he?
And I went to it.
He was 6'9", Skip, about 275?
Yeah, it was in Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Little old dude about this big.
Named Jesus Meneses.
Beat the brakes off Too Tall.
He did. Nope, that's right. That was a real fight, though.
Yes!
I mean, Ed thought he was a boxer, and he had some credibility as a boxer.
Okay.
I got that. I covered that fight. I was there. But the point is, to your point, how is this going to get you eligible again? What are you doing? It reminded me of Pac-Man Jones was out on the outs with the NFL. Yeah. Remember when he was really down and out?
Right.
And he got into WWE. He became a pro wrestler for a while. Okay, well, at least that's just sheer entertainment.
Right.
But it didn't help him with the commissioner. It didn't help his case. Because the commissioner wanted him to be out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Pay his penance and then let's start over again. And the way this is going, this is only getting worse and worse. So this is on the heels of that disgusting video that he posted the other day that was just hard to watch.
I guess the guy said something to AB, and AB, he said he would drop AB quicker than the Patriots did, and he was like, he told the dude square up. Yeah. Man, leave that alone, bruh. Well, that ain't what you do.
I fear that it might be money-driven because the last fight Logan Paul did for YouTube against a different YouTube star, they made $11 million. So my fear is that AB needs the money.
I don't mind doing things, Skip, for money if it's in my field. I was a professional athlete. I was a football player.
Yep.
So I ain't mind taking licks.
I got you.
But I ain't getting no ring.
No.
I ain't getting no MMA octagon.
Nope.
He's just going in so
Roger
many different
Goodell
directions.
will not be impressed.
Yeah, there is a lot happening with him. Every day, it's something different for us on this show.
No mercy.
LSU officials had claimed that the cash that Odell Beckham gave players after their championship win was fake, but that may not be the case. Heisman winner Joe Burrow told a podcast that the money was indeed real, a confession he didn't mind making since he's no longer a student athlete. So, Shannon, your reaction to this?
I'm disappointed in Odell making himself a part of the story, putting his team in harm's way, these players in harm's way. Odell, yes, these guys look up to you. They admire you. Some of them would like to be in your position. They know you got money. Mm-hmm. You couldn't wait. You got to do this in front of the cameras. Why put them in harm's way? Why do that? Now the NCAA is going to be asking all these questions.
They will.
This was their moment. This is not about you, Odell. You had your moment. You had a chance in the national championship game to win that game and act a fool. You caught the L. Let them guys enjoy this. Now, some of these guys, Joe Burrow's like, I ain't got no more eligibility. So, yeah, I got the money. It's real. Jefferson, I think he's leaving. But some of these guys might have eligibility, and he put them in harm's way. Yeah, Joe, tell the truth. It was real money. That wasn't no monopoly money.
Well, that truth was a little bit of a low blow to his teammates. I thought it was a little out of bounds for Joe Burrow. He didn't need to do that, but back to Odell, I'm with you on this. This is serious business for the NCAA.
Yes.
They will go to great lengths to try to ensure that they are viewed as an amateur organization based on student athletes.
Chase Young just missed games.
That is correct.
The big kid from Memphis, the basketball player.
Wiseman.
Yes.
No,
it's serious.
So it's going to beg the question, has Odell or other LSU exes, have they paid for performance before along the trail? Is that incentive for athletes to sign with LSU?
Yeah, come on.
It could be.
Yeah, come on, Odell. Don't do
Could
that.
be. Boy, because that went viral. The NCAA hates this because image, just like with the NFL, image is everything. But they were going to fiercely defend their amateur status, and this was anything but
LSU
amateur.
tried to get ahead of the curve and reached out to the NCAA. But what are you going to say? Oh, that wasn't real money. Yes, it was. Everybody knows what that is.
You said that right away. You could see it was real money.
Yeah, real money.
Okay, way to go, Odell.
Odell, he knows exactly where the camera is. He finds it, and he always has something to show. That is it for us. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports. One of one.